Huskers enjoy a bye week, having clinched a berth in the first UFL championship game with their win over the Locos last week.
Jim Haslett has a 4-0 team.
The 2-2 California Redwoods are also off this week after hanging on with a great game-ending defensive stand to hold off the Sentinels. All game on the line. Gray, pump, no, stays alive. And he's down. Nice defensive play. And that brings us to tonight with the homestanding New York Sentinels coming off their best performance of the season, but still searching for the first victory.
You gotta win it. Make up the difference.
And the visiting Las Vegas Locos, who must win tonight.
Okay, we're better than that, aren't we?
A win tonight would set up a head-to-head matchup with California and major championship game implications. Tonight on Versus, it's the Las Vegas Locos and the New York Sentinels. It is a beautiful November New York night here, and we're on Long Island, about 25 miles east of Manhattan. It's the UFL on Versus, presented by Motorola. The Las Vegas Locos taking on the New York Sentinels. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dave Sims, along with Doug Flutie. Tonight, we know that Florida is in the championship game for the UFL. These other teams, the chances are starting to dwindle, but the opportunity's still there.
Well, New York, number one, they have to run the table. They've improved each week. They have to run the table the last 3 ball games and get a little help from this Vegas team. Vegas, they just need to run the table and can control their own destiny.
For the New York Ball Club, they've made a quarterback change. Quinn Gray out. Ingle Martin is in. What does that mean?
Ingle Martin brings, well, number one, he brings a little emotion, little energy level this week in practice. Coach Ted Cottrell said they were fired up this week, this New York team. So he brings a little experience in that he's going to go through his reads, dump the ball off when necessary, hit his checkdowns. His one key, just manage the game and do your job.
And he's got a vital weapon in Crefonzo Thorpe, one of the top receivers in the UFL.
Yeah, he's really come on. I mean, week 1, Crefonzo showed glimmers, had a drop or two, but he's become consistent, become their big play guy, their go-to guy. He's just a couple catches shy of Tay Biddle, has the opportunity tonight with the game in hand to go ahead of him.
Meanwhile, for the Las Vegas Ball Club, they come east with J.P. Lossman as their quarterback. They have an outstanding running back, all-purpose guy in D.D. Dorsey.
He's impressive. He's been impressive since day one. You think of him as an outside guy, a guy that catches the ball with speed and quickness, but he can also run with power. He can get tacklers off him using that stiff arm, lower his shoulder, get the tough yards, but he makes this offense go. There's no doubt about it. He's elusive. He had some big plays last week, and for this offense, he needs to be healthy. He's got a toe issue going on tonight. We'll see how it goes.
We mentioned the quarterback, J.P. Lossman. Here's a guy that's taken 11 sacks. That's the most in the UFL. He's got to play well tonight.
He really does, and he's getting better at getting the ball out of his hand, throwing it away, avoiding those sacks. You're not always going to be well protected. He knows that. He takes some hits. He's got to get a little more consistent, do some good footwork, get the ball out.
Closing in on kickoff here at Hempstead, Long Island. We're at Hofstra University. When we come back, Anita Marks and Cordell Stewart will be down on the sidelines, get you a little bit closer to the action. Kickoff coming up momentarily, the UFL on Versus.
You're tackling with bad intentions. You hear me? Tackling with bad intentions. This is one of those teams standing in our way to play that championship game, and that's damn well where we want to be, right? Tonight starts, baby. Let's play better and better every week.
The United Football League on Versus is presented by StubHub, where fans buy and sell tickets. By Motorola. By Men's Warehouse. You're going to like the way you look. And by GameWare. Look like a pro. Play like a pro. Look at the UFL standings. Florida has clinched a spot in the championship game. California, Las Vegas, and New York trying to join them. Tells you why these games are so important. Right now, let's check in with Cordell Stewart on the sideline.
Well, I'm standing with one of the key players on defense with Tony Parrish. Tony, with the Locos. Tony, what do you guys need to do? Last week, you were so close to having the opportunity to be a great team in the Tuskers, but right now you have the opportunity to play against the Sentinels. What is it you guys need to do in order to get over this hump and have this opportunity to compete?
We know defensively we need to continue to get turnovers. We were able to get our hands on the ball last week, which we hadn't really done in the first couple of games. Then on top of that, we need to keep the chunk yards plays off us. 20 yards or more. If we handle that, I think we'll be all right.
Your body right now, your body. I know at this point in time of the year, things start happening to your body, whether it's ankle, a hip, or a knee, or shoulder. How's your body? How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm good. I'm ready to play.
You good?
I'm good.
All right, there you have it, guys. He's feeling great.
All right,
Back to you.
Cordell, thank you very much. Your sideline report brought to you by AOL Fan House. For more information on the UFL, go to fanhouse.com. Jim Fossil, head coach of the Las Vegas Locos. And right now we go back to the sidelines, this time to Anita Marks.
Doug, Dave, as you know, the biggest storyline for New York is the switch at quarterback. And standing next to me is quarterback coach Jeff Rutledge. Tell us, why the switch from Quinn Gray to Ingle Martin?
Well, it's nothing really anything Quinn did. We just felt like we were going to give Ingle a chance. We're hoping he makes good, quick decisions, take what the defense gives him.
Well, what can we expect from him this evening?
Well, I'm hoping he's going to, like I said, just make good, quick decisions and use his feet because he's got good, quick feet. He's a good scrambler to his ability, to his best.
I'm a big fan. Can't wait to see what he can do this evening.
You and I both. Thank you.
Hey, guys, before I let you go, this is a great new phone from T-Mobile. It's called the Motorola Click with Moto Blur. It's social networking all in one. So if you are on Twitter, if you're on Facebook, and you want to update your status, you just do it one time, and it updates everything in one. It's really quite cool. I'm going to be on the sideline all game long, so for the folks on Twitter, find me. I'm called Sports Chick on Twitter, and send me questions, anything about the UFL or the New York Sentinels, and I'll get right back to you. I'm going to be on the sideline with it all game long. Back to you guys.
All right, Anita, thank you very much. Ted Kittrell, longtime defensive coordinator and coach in the NFL. His team trying to get its first win. And it will be New York's Peter Check. Played his college football at Wagner College, not too far from here in Staten Island. He'll be kicking off the E.J. Barthel. Also back there, Josh Scobie. And here we go.
Both these teams are coming off just near misses last week and had great opportunities. New York to win their first game fell just short. And this Vegas team fell just shy of a very good, very strong Florida team.
Here's Peter Check's kick, a sidewinding blast back to about the 1 yard line. Good contact, the hole opens up and gets him across the 20 to about the 23-yard line. Here comes J.P. Lossman, the quarterback for the Locos of Las Vegas, starting quarterback tonight. Born in Venice, California, played his college ball, finished up at Tulane University in New Orleans.
56 is on Mike. 56 is on Mike.
Let's see what Fossil and company come out with Lossman last week. 27-24 loss. He went 19 of 31, 252, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And all kinds of motion in there. Here's your flea flicker. Lossman gone deep. He's got a man running free. It's a long throw, and he can't get it. Tab Perry out of UCLA, the intended receiver. Trey Battle covering on the play as we take a look at tonight's starting lineups presented by Men's Warehouse, the official outfitter of the UFL's broadcast team. Men's Warehouse, you're going to like the way you look. Offensive line, backs and receivers. Thurman's having a nice year, 9 catches. Bergen was very impressive when we saw him earlier on in this season, and David Kirkus has 10 catches already.
Well, come out the gate on the flea flicker on the first play. They ran some trick plays last week, picking up where they left off, but they had 2 guys in motion at the same time on that first down.
Lossman threw that ball about 60 yards in the air.
All right, 56 is on Mike. Under.
Kirkus at the top of your screen. Offset eye. Play fake, and down goes Lossman at sack number 12. Ryan Wallace out of Temple University with the sack. That gives him a sack and a half on the season. That's a loss of 9.
Boy, he just took a great angle at Lossman coming out on the bootleg.
Ryan Savay and Simeon Rice, we saw them last week. Nice tandem in there working with Bichetti and Seawright. Linebackers, Joe Mortensen anchoring in the middle. They really like Leon Williams, what he has brought. He was signed back on October 25th. And the secondary with Pratt, Mays, Williams, and Battle. 3rd and 19 at the 14-yard line. Losman wide open. He's got Thurman. And Thurman gets it across the 20 to the 21, a 7-yard pickup. So they go for the gusto on the first play, Doug. They're going to have to punt it.
Well, they were successful last week running a trick play for a touchdown off a flea flicker action. So they wanted to come back this week and go after the jugular right away.
Huddle here.
Illegal motion. Number 80. Offense. Penalties decline. 4th down.
Referee tonight, David Kutaya.
Taking a look at the side. Watch the angle.
What kind of start was that?
Watch the angle that Wallace takes. And that's what call. He gets deep in the backfield, but he goes right at the correct angle as JP is coming out, and he just doesn't have time to react to him.
That sack presented by AOL Fan House. Here's Danny Bauer. Goes down, and he flags. Ball's loose. Still loose on the play. Brian Bonner was down there to get the punt, but it was recovered. And it was recovered by New York. Engel Martin getting a start tonight on the season. He's just 1 for 4. He replaces Quinn Gray, who went 22 of 32 last week. A touchdown and an interception. Engel Martin, highly touted young man coming out of high school. Started at Florida, finished up at Furman.
Well, Quinn Gray had his best game of the year last week, but towards the end of the game, again, fell back into some old habits. And they really feel like Martin has a chance to use his legs tonight, move around, make some plays, a little scrambling. And the coaches are basically saying that he does a great job of coming down, hitting his checkdowns, and taking what the defense gives him. His key is just execute the offense, be patient, do your job, and things will take care of themselves.
Quinn Gray out of Florida A&M. Be on the bench. There was a penalty as they walked it off. We didn't get any word as to what it was, but the New York start for this first possession was a hold on that punt, and that's why the 15 yards was marked off. So from the 27, tight end Ronnie Gant resets. Nice high percentage pass, gets it out to Steve Sanders, his 7th catch of the season. Tonight's starting lineups presented by Men's Warehouse, the official outfitter of the UFL's broadcast team. Men's Warehouse, you're going to like the way you look. Jasper Harvey, the center, big football smarts. Ted Cottrell very high on him.
He's no doubt about it. He is the leader of that offensive line.
Charles Ali is going to get a lot of carries tonight. Their numbers in their ball carrying department have really been whittled down by injury.
They're banged up at tailback. Has some new guys that they signed, but he will get some work. Ali
Tofield getting the start at tailback. Gets the call. Oh, what a collision in the middle. Ross Kalajny, Ezra Butler there. Let's take a look at the starting defensive unit for the Las Vegas Locomotives.
Good shit, Tom. Get that motherfucking yard.
Awasam, Kalajny, Bryant, and Henderson up front.
They are big and strong up front. New York's going to have trouble handling that front four.
Teddy Lehman, the leader in the middle. He has been outstanding thus far. Porter, Dada, Parrish, and Turnbull. Parrish, the leader in that secondary. 3rd and 1 coming up. There's some good collisions along that line play. No gain on the play. They try a dive off a right tackle.
You ain't hit me.
Teddy Lehman.
New York does a good job on some double teams, but here's Lehman. The problem they've been having is getting off onto the linebacker. You got to get off that double team and get up there onto Lehman. Lehman fills quickly. He is all over the football field.
Been with the Lions and 151 tackles with Detroit from 2004 to 2007, a 2-time All-American at Oklahoma.
He's strong in pass coverage. He runs sideline to sideline. He's physical, sticking his nose in there. Talking with Wes Chandler, offensive coordinator in New York, Wes said, their biggest problem up front is they get these double teams, and you have to have a timing of coming off the double team and get up to the linebacker level. First, third down and short, we see it. I mean, they don't get off the down lineman and get onto the linebacker.
Measurement. David Kitaye and his crew. And that's a good yard and change shy.
Kick it away. It's early in the game. Let's not get too over anxious.
But the mic was backside.
They'll bring on Scott Player, 39-year-old veteran out of Florida State.
You're a veteran.
Mike
It's been around for a while.
So was hitting me in the back.
One of the last guys in a pro game wearing the single bar. Tell you what, if he's a 39-year veteran, he's seen a lot of football. But as it is, he's seen a lot. Coming up on 40 in December. Hangs one up there. Good shape, fair catch made at the 19-yard line by Sammy Parker. That's a punt of 44 yards. We'll take a break here at Hofstra University. UFL action presented by Motorola. No score, New York taking on Las Vegas. Good look at D.D. Dorsey out of Lindenwood, 5'11", 210. He's been with Cincinnati and Baltimore. Top receiver on the ball club. And a team best 8.5 yards per carry. But right now, Marcel Shipp is in the game. Shipp gets the call, breaks it back against the grain, breaks the tackle, 25-yard line. And picks up 8 on the play. Nice run by Marcel Shipp. Let's take a look at the game plan for Las Vegas.
Number one is hit big plays when it shows. JP has the opportunity to go downfield. He throws the ball downfield extremely well. When you get that opportunity to make the play, get the ball to Bergen, the tight end, especially in the red zone, and avoid sacks. They've already had one drive killed because of a sack.
Second down, a long one. Osman. And incomplete. Far side tried to get it to David Kirkus. Not a well-thrown ball on that side there. As we check in with Cordell Stewart.
Well, I was asking why did they run the flea flicker play at the very beginning of the game. I was talking to Russ Michna, and I asked him, I said, what's the deal? He said over the past few weeks they've been running the ball so well, especially last week with Dorsey having over 130 yards. They figured if they were to run the flea flicker here, because they ran it so much, they could have an opportunity for a big chunk because they needed just to get the game going, to get some form of energy. Back to you guys up top.
All right, Cordell Ross Michna, third-string quarterback for the Locos. On the draw, big yardage by Josh Scobie out of Kansas State. Picks up a first down. Gain of 12 on the play.
Say again.
Scobie's kind of a good blend between Shipp and Dorsey. Here he goes, just taking it up inside. Great job by the double team in the offensive line. Bursted through, makes a guy miss, and a nice little run. Dorsey isn't in. We haven't seen Dorsey so far. He said to me before the game his foot is sore. Shipp is more an inside the tackles guy. Scobie could be more the outside athletic type.
You got Kirkus and Thurman at the top of your screen. Osman. He's got Kirkus, who's taken out of bounds by Terrell Mays. Gets it up just shy of the 45-yard line, leaving him about 4 yards short of a first down.
Nice little rhythm throw by JP. The first one, he threw a little short, but he also got lit up as he released that first ball. So here he set his feet nice, delivers a good strike. Looks calm, relaxed. They're running the ball well. They should be able to handle New York up front. The Locos offensive line, big and strong.
Peasy, Davis, Boone, Biblin, Parquette. Scobie in the backfield with Losman. Take the draw. JP hangs, throws to the running back. First down and more. New York territory, 44-yard line. The tackle, Paul Pratt, number 37.
Excellent pass protection on play. Here's Capizzi on Rice. Stalemate, gets a little help from his friend and pushes him deep around the pocket. Nice job. JP able to set his feet, survey the field, take a good look around, come down to his check down underneath. That's that's perfect football. That's 7-on-7 for JP.
Simeon Rice has got good size, but Capizzi 6'9", 315. Simeon 6'5", 268. Scobie behind left guard for a yard. Ryan Sauvé, number 98.
When I say that's 7-on-7, that's our football terminology is that's you're practicing your passing game against the secondary and linebackers with no lines involved. And that's That's pretty easy for a quarterback usually.
Yeah, that's right. Save out of Colorado State.
53, Mike.
He's got a sack and a half to his credit this season. Simeon Rice with just one. Second down, 9. In cut to Kirkus. He's got the first down, protected the ball very nicely. Gets to the 29-yard line. A first down for Las Vegas. Trey Battle on the stop.
This Kirkus on the slant out to the left. 1, 2, 3, and the ball's out. A rhythm throw for JP. Ball's a little bit, nice little catch there by Kirkus, but JP looks very relaxed so far. Nice rhythm throw, bang right out of the cut. Good ball, nice catch. They are in sync.
Osman said that Kirkus is his most consistent receiver. First and 10, 29-yard line. He's got time. Zips it out. Inside the 20-yard line. Kirkus again. Brought down by the linebacker, Leon Williams.
This is going to be a high percentage game for J.P. Lossman. New York's afraid to play man-to-man with these receivers, so they drop off in zone, coming right at you. He sees the zone, everybody dropping off soft, turns, throws the outside throw to Kirkus. Another positive gain, another easy throw, which early in the game, you want as many of those as possible before you start slinging.
3 catches for Kirkus. Las Vegas in the Motorola red zone. And this first and 10 play. Losman, tight end Bergen. Inside the 5-yard line. It'll be first and goal for Las Vegas. Paul Pratt making the stop, but Adam Bergen, their number 2 receiver, with his 11th catch of the year. I really like him. We saw him in the first game. He's got good speed, great set of hands.
And down in the red zone, a good tight end, a good size 6'4" tight end. Great target down there. Bergen's going to be a big threat for him.
He's Adam Bergen playing here at home, Long Island, Seaford, New York.
Yeah, he said to me before the game, there's a big game tonight.
They go double tight ends. Down to about the 2-yard line, Marcel Ship.
You know, looking back at that play on the catch by Bergen, I thought there was a bad formation. I thought they didn't have an end on the line on the right side on that play. It's a little pull, 65 Biblet pulling around, hitting air, hitting his own man in the back. Kind of nice.
You ready for 6-2?
You know, it's tough to pull people down by the goal line. It's got to be nice and tight. You got to just kind of hop step around the guy and get going vertical.
11th play of this drive. You see they're just outside the 1. Ship gets the call. He's in. Touchdown Las Vegas. And Locos have a 6-0 lead. Good job by the line there. Frank Davis, Boone, and Fibla. And then E.J. Barthel.
Here's a fullback for you, taking on the end of the line.
Wow, what a hit that was.
He gets end the line, and then Bibla ends up on the defensive back. I mean, that's just not fair. You know, I'm the fullback. Didn't need the defensive back and let the lineman. That's all right. Great job. It looked too easy.
Charlton Keith really took some punishment, the outside linebacker, number 91. This extra point brought to you by StubHub. StubHub, where fans buy and sell tickets. Graham Gano out of Florida State. 8 for 8 on the season now in Las Vegas. First on the board here this evening here on Long Island. We're at Hofstra University in Hempstead, New York. An impressive drive. 11 plays, 80 yards, and 5:21. Back with more right after this. Marcel Ship, first rushing touchdown this year, 7-0 Las Vegas. And it's about 47 degrees at kickoff. It going down into the high 30s tonight. And deep for New York is Steve Sanders. They've had all kinds of injury problems with their returners and running backs. And Steve Sanders, a wideout. He makes the grab at about the 10. Nice little convoy. And as he planted his foot, he slipped down at about the 22-yard line. Take a look at the scoring drive, capped off by Marcel Ship. And the scoring drive, it's brought to you by Title Sports Drink. Title, thirst for it. 11 plays, 80 yards. J.P. Lossman, 4 for 5 passing for 50 yards in that drive.
Really made it look easy. And this New York secondary feels they're a little nervous about matching up with the Locos wideout. So they're playing a little zone, a lot of zone, and getting these short passes in the flat are wide open.
Going to be really key here to see if Martin can get something going in his first start here in the UFL. Engel Martin taking down loose ball. New York's recovered. Sentinels catch a break. Let's check in with Cordell Stewart.
All right, so 92.
Well, I'm standing with J.P. Losman, quarterback of the Locos. J.P., the first play right out the gate, flea flicker. Tell us about it.
Yeah, you know, we just want to let them know that we're coming out here and we're not going to hold back and try to get them off us a little bit, let them know early. But we've been running the ball so well, we thought they might be up there. We had a little bit of a chance, but I don't know. Got to watch it on film. I don't know exactly what happened.
How about the 80-yard drive? You were 4-5, had the opportunity to give the ball to Ship to score. How does it feel to get 80 yards on this ball club to get a touchdown?
It's good. It's one of my most productive drives of the year so far, so we just got to keep it going. I think guys are going to start getting used to that, and we've been paying attention to the critique and the little insignificant things, and they're coming up big for us right now.
Back upstairs. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Cordell. We love the unprecedented access we have here in the UFL. We go right to the quarterback during the game, find out what he's thinking.
I don't know if the NFL guys want to hear that. Get to those quarterbacks. I'll tell you what, it's been great. We hear the conversation in the locker room, the conversations on the sidelines, get initial reactions from guys. It's been fantastic.
Brandon Tofield on that last carry. That was Ronnie Getty just had a look at. Third down and 5 coming up. Ball at the 28-yard line. All kinds of movement.
You know, you got a 35 situation.
Number 67, 5 yards.
You go to a hard count. You go to a hard count to try to draw them off and get the easy first down on the 3rd and 5, and watch the right side of the offensive line jump.
Right guard Nate Bennett.
You know, trying to listen in on the play there, but I couldn't quite make out what he was saying.
Well, one of the things he said on 2, and that was one of the problems last year. He said last week, Quinn Gray kept the same snap count and got the defense on rhythm as much as anybody. Engle Martin, deep ball, going for Thorpe. There was contact at the 40-yard line. Engle Martin got knocked down. Wally Dowda covering on the play.
Wally, nice coverage on the play. He, tell you what, he's a good little man-to-man guy, but last week he let up a touchdown, had a critical interference call. He plays very aggressively and has his hands on the receivers a little bit. He's going to get called once in a while.
Scott Player for his second punt. First punt was 44 yards. Sammy Parker back to get it. Parker at about the 38. Got an alley. Slowed down and whoa, ragdoll. Thrown down hard at the 48-yard line. Ronnie Gant, the tight end. 40-yard punt, 15 yards on the return on that 3.8 hang time punt by Scott Player. Las Vegas leads by touchdown, 7-0, 4:29 to go here in the first quarter.
Oh, which one?
Las Vegas with a 7-0 lead. Marcel Shipp a short run, completing an 80-yard drive. And Las Vegas has its hands on the ball again. They go 3 wide, bottom of your screen, 2 top. Throwing underneath, not a well-thrown ball, but a catch made. And taking to about the 38-yard line.
Huddle. Huddle, huddle.
That is Sammy Parker. Sammy Parker with that catch.
Well, they went spread, no back there. They're changing it up.
Far right, 34 base.
Simple run to the tight end side. Will be running to the right
God,
side.
that could have been huge. They had nobody on him. We're going too slow on that.
Fullback should be in an
56 Mike.
offset position
Over,
to take
smash
the
5-6.
backside end on the weak side. And the ball should run to the right.
And Simeon Rice playing at right defensive end. Oh, there's good contact there. Loss of a yard.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Loss of a yard.
Take it easy. It's football, all right?
Huddle, huddle, huddle. Huddle here.
All right, 11. Thin left, alert 34.
To the outside?
Bend it back.
Try not to talk. We got to break that back, don't we? Now, Simeon came down hard.
Thin left, alert 34 would be alert to a run if he checks it.
And they're very aware of where Simeon Rice is. Cuts it back up the middle. Big collision in the middle. Josh Scobie on the carry. And on the tackle, Darian Williams. Watch Adam Bergen, the tight end. He's blocking against Simeon Rice. Keeps him away from the play.
He's on the backside there, so he's basically just sealing it off.
That's some strong safety play by Darian Williams out of Oklahoma.
That's a quick fill for the safety. Get down within 3 yards of the box, 3-4. With the running back coming through clean like that, he got there in a hurry.
Simeon Rice on the left side now. And they throw. They get it over to Tab Perry. Perry said he wasn't down, but he's overruled by the referees.
Little sit and spin on top of the defender there. He thought he was still going. Simeon jumping over to the left side. Now, he says he doesn't like to do this, right? He's used to being on the opposite side and working his moves, and it shows. He gets cut. You know,
and what did Ted Cottrell tell us yesterday? He said very much like Bruce Smith.
Absolutely.
When you were up there.
You know, I played with Bruce a little bit for a few years, and they get comfortable with their moves from a certain side. You know, you're dipping that left shoulder and ripping around, you know, keeping the right arm free. And all of a sudden your spin moves opposite and your speed moves opposite. It's different being on the left side.
Mosman wide open is Parker. Like that Tab Perry. Perry is having a good year. His team best 23 yards per carry, and Losman really dialing it in.
Nice protection. You can see a passing lane there, so he could see his receiver cleanly. Steps and throws. He's just in rhythm right now. Making some easy throws. Complete. Yeah, this is all you have to do is your job. You throw the ball, they'll catch it and run and make the play. And you know, with Fossil working with him, Jim just wants to get him relaxed and having fun out there.
Certainly seems like he is. That play blown dead.
Yeah, I think we hold him to a higher standard, though. They're expecting a lot.
And he holds himself.
71, 5 yards.
Thurman on the move. The false start. But Jim Fossil and Losman, no question, man. Losman holds himself to a very high standard.
Yeah, you look at his numbers right now. He's 60% completion, good touchdown to interception ratio, all that. But he feels like he's struggling. And Fossil keeps talking about the things he can work on. So you keep saying, well, maybe he's not playing that way. He's playing well.
Ship and Scobie in the backfield. Here's your outlet, one hop, incomplete. So he had Bichetti, number 90, was putting some pressure on Losman.
But he had an opportunity there to go through his entire progression, got to his last guy and started to throw the swing. Watch his eyes. They're up the field. Good protection, looking around, wanted to go over the middle, turns. And as he's throwing the swing, though, he sees the defender breaking on the ball and throws it into the ground.
Good play. 9 for 12, 88 yards. Breaking on a play was Tony Tiller. If he doesn't one hop, that Tiller's going about 70 yards.
He might. Tiller might have lined that one up.
That's the fullback Barthel in motion. They'll follow him. Ship. Nice defensive play. Tony Tiller out of East Tennessee State. Loss of a yard.
The Sentinel defense played an exceptional game last week, and if their offense had done anything, they would have come out with a win. So they're playing better football. They're in a situation here in the red zone where if they hold them to a field goal, they're still all right. They had some new additions a week ago. Leon Williams in the middle. He led the team in tackles. You know, we talked about Bichetti already. He adds a little beef to that defensive line. There's Donnie Blackman. Donnie's the defensive coordinator. Played with him in New England in the late 80s.
One of the all-time great outside linebackers to play for the Patriots. Losman trying to convert a third down play. Incomplete. Tried to get that to Sammy Parker. See JP not real pleased with himself. That'll bring on
I think
field goal team.
Parker slipped a little bit coming out of his break. That's why it wasn't close. Whether it was a good throw or not, I'm not sure. Simeon Rice actually made a nice move on that pass rush, an inside spin, and was close to getting there.
So this attempt, 44 yards. This field goal attempt brought to you by Men's Warehouse. Men's Warehouse, you're going to like the way you look. You know, 4 out of 5 along at 53. We saw that earlier. Matter of fact, in the season opener against California. Boy, he struck that really well. No problem. 3 on the board for Graham Gano. And Las Vegas has extended its lead to 10-0 with 22 seconds to go. Here in the first quarter, we're back to Hempstead, Long Island right after this. Jim Fossil's Las Vegas Locos, 10-0 lead here in New York. Graham Gano just hit a 44-yard field goal. Extend the lead after Marcel Ship had a 1-yard run at the 6:34 mark. Here's Gano. Sanders is back to get this kick.
Time for New York's offense to get it cranked up a little and see if Engel can get this offense moving.
Engel Martin just 1 for 2. Sanders runs up, take it up to 10. And he gets it close to the 25-yard line as we check in on tonight's game plan for the New York Sentinels.
Well, number one is Engel Martin. Just manage the game. We've seen him put the ball on the ground once so far. He needs to just distribute the ball, make Losman uncomfortable, get the pass rush in his face, make him uncomfortable, and then force third and longs, by getting in the sack, getting the big play, and getting in a situation where you can turn Simeon Rice loose and say, hey, he's got to throw, let's get to the passer.
Deepest that New York has gotten in its own territory is advanced only as far as its own 36, starting this drive at the 25.
Hey, I'm super to 5-4.
Trying to get outside with Charles Ali, his first carry.
Huh?
Check that. That's Shannon Woods. Beg your pardon. That's Shannon Woods, who broke his hand in preseason and now has returned. First quarter, Las Vegas with 104 total yards to New York's 15. And more importantly, Las Vegas has a 10-0 lead as the teams switch ends here at Hofstra University. Back with second quarter action right after this. The United Football League on Versus is presented by AOL Fan House. Your sports live here. By USI, Protect, Manage, Grow. By the Children's Miracle Network. And by Levi Water, Better Planet. Lady Liberty, not too far from here, New York Harbor. Las Vegas with a 10-0 lead. It's been all Las Vegas as we look at the other numbers key to this ball game. 104 to 16 yards. And a reminder that tonight's UFL game is presented by Motorola. Introducing the Motorola Click with Moto Blur. First phone with social skills available exclusively at T-Mobile. Dave Sims, Doug Flutie, Anita Marks, and Cordell Stewart on hand here at Hofstra University as we start the second quarter. New York's had 2 3-and-outs, Doug. They have got to get something going offensively. And there's your slot man moving. How about that? That is Steve Sanders. We've seen in the first 4 weeks here, we've seen a bunch of wideouts make that mistake.
Wideouts shouldn't even be listening to cadence. They should be staring at the football from out there and watching the ball move. The offensive line you're worried about when you go a hard count. He reminded him in the huddle. He said it 3 or 4 times. Jeff Rutledge, his quarterback coach, reminded him to remind the offensive line. You go in the huddle, you tell everybody, you get out there, and they jump offside. And this time it was a receiver.
That is frustrating for the New York Ball Club. Looking at a 2nd and 13, 21-yard line. Engel Martin goes over the middle. He's got Tofield, who's taken out immediately at about the 27-yard line. Let's check in with Anita Marks.
As you guys know, the New York Sentinel backfield has been plagued by injury. You've got LeBrandon Tofield, who started tonight. He's still dealing with a shoulder injury. Chris Barclay, who started last week, he's out with a hamstring injury. Cecil Sapp, his groin. Charles Ali, we just saw him carry the ball for the first time. You got a fullback now playing tailback. You got Noah Herron, who came over. He spent some time in Green Bay, believe it or not, with Engel Martin. So, and Shannon Woods, who broke his hand during training camp, and now he's back with the squad. So you've got some healthy, some not. But as you know, a balanced game tonight will only help Engel Martin. Hopefully these guys can stay healthy.
Thank you, Anita. Martin in trouble and gets out of bounds. That sideline report brought to you by AOL Fan House. For more inside information on the UFL, go to fanhouse.com. Loss of 4 on that play, and that is the 3rd 3-and-out.
Yeah, he's got good mobility, but you don't want to have to leave the pocket this quickly. Had no chance. Martin was just trying to make a play, spun out of there, avoided a sack. They're covered downfield, but more than that, he probably had a shot at the comeback, but he was pressured early. And that, just way too quickly, that pressure came.
Big. Third punt by Player. Running up to get it at about the 40 to the 45-yard line. Sammy Parker And Vegas will have excellent starting position. 37 yards on the punt, 6 yards on the return. New York still trying to figure out a way to get some kind of offense going. And this is a critical possession coming up. Las Vegas leads it 10-0.
Need the get back coach.
Holy 10-0 Las Vegas. Jim Fossil's club with the ball. Last time they had the ball, he started at the New York 47. They start this drive at their own 46. They send Marcel Ship flank wide to the right. 3 receivers to Losman's right. No empty backfield. And Kirk is with the catch. Penalty flag coming in. That'll be a first down to the 39-yard line of New York. He caught in front of Trey Battle. Terrell Mays was involved in the play as well.
Well, Mays was covering a man-to-man there and got an interference call, but he still missed the catch.
Interference defense, 25. That penalty's declined. First down.
From last week.
So Kirkus with 4 catches tonight.
A little one-on-one on that slant route. Great job jumping inside. He had to grab him by the jersey to slow him down, gets the interference call, but still a nice catch, nice concentration, and a great
53-week back.
Mace quit thinking the ball was going to go to the ground after he gave him a little tug and a slope.
From the 39 of New York. Must be getting time. And he gets it to Sammy Parker. Parker finds some room and darts his way down to the 21-yard line. A 17-yard pickup. First down, Las Vegas. You saw Simeon Rice. He got in there late, but Losman got rid of it.
Yeah, and Losman got up limping around just a touch. You know, but protection has been the key. There's a nice little quick move by Simeon. Gets the quarterback. See if he landed on his hip because he came up limping like his hip was bothering him.
He took himself out of the game. Mikhail Spicer just took his place.
A little return route by Parker. He's a kick returner, so he shows his moves after the catch.
There's Scobie. Wow, nicely done by New York. Ryan Wallace at Temple University, formerly with the Steelers. Lost 2 on that play.
Wallace is showing up more and more. A couple of weeks ago when we were going to do their first game, they said he's got to show up in the run game a little bit more. Last week he did. He looked great last week, made a lot of plays, and already today involved in at least 2 tackles that I know of. One was in the backfield.
Saw him a lot when he was at Temple. Temple's in the Big East at the time. Saw Big East performer.
In fact, it was the sack on Losman on the bootleg.
Wide open. Here's Scobie in space. Makes something happen. Runs through a few tackles inside the 15. He's close to a first down.
Hey, JP, did you go
And they had a 2nd and 12, and looks like he got it. Ryan Wallace, one of the final defenders to finally get him.
But Scobie's out in space. He sees right away that he's uncovered, so JP just takes the ball and gives it to him. Now, Scobie's a guy that's a little bit of a mega. He can catch the ball out of the backfield, and he's a little more of a slasher than Marcel Ship. And with Dorsey out, he's got a lot on his shoulders.
Vegas in the Motorola Red Zone, introducing the Motorola Click with Moto Blur, the first phone with social skills, available exclusively at T-Mobile. Take a measurement. It's real close.
I will say this, that this Vegas team is throwing a lot of formations at New York.
From last week.
And I think part of that is they feel like they're holding up front pretty well, so you can do some spread, you can mix formations.
And you know he's having a good game, Jason Capiz. I've only called Simeon Rice in terms of pressure. Maybe once, twice max. Capiz has done a nice job at left tackle.
Now, Capizzi's, his strength is that he's big, strong, and has a good reach.
6'9", 315.
So Simeon's key for him is get him in space and get around him, and he did beat him on one speed move. So
Indiana University of Pennsylvania
doesn't want him to get his Capizzi to get his hands on him.
Hold on. We gotta hurry now. He just started it.
I tell you. See what the call is.
Couldn't hear it.
They're in good shape. 13 on the play clock. Quarterback sneak. Losman straight ahead. Looks like he got it. Set up a 1st and goal. First down, Las Vegas.
A lot of grunting and groaning getting off the ground there.
Right now, Don Blackman on the left, Ted Cottrell on the right. having all kinds of problems stopping the calls being made by that man, Jim
Far
Foster.
left, F motion, 37 power.
37 power. The fullback's going to motion from right to left. It's going to be a power to the left side. It'll be Bibla pulling from right to left, number 65. Watch the right guard, number 65, pulling. Little motion by the fullback.
Ship breaks it outside. And it's a good thing Williams came up with the tackle, because that was going to be 6. That's a gain of 4.
You know, I thought the play was exceptionally blocked and should have been a north-south up the middle cut. He goes and bounces it to the outside and still makes himself a play, but the point of attack was pretty good up inside. He bounces around the kick out.
Good block by Barthel on Wallace.
56, Mike.
Boseman having a really good game. 12 of 16, 131. He's in charge here. Ship straight up the gut. Touchdown, Las Vegas. 6-yard run. Marcel Ship, a second TD tonight.
This
Well,
time
that offensive line making it happen, Doug.
They basically run the same play out of a different formation, and he makes the north-south cut and muscles his way to the end zone. It's just looking too easy for Vegas right now, and New York's got to come up with a way to fill the gaps and just get some kind of stalemate at the line of scrimmage.
They had a short field and took it home. Graham Gano for the point after. 7-play, 54-yard drive and 3:32. The extra point tacked on. 17-0 Las Vegas. We're in the second quarter with 10-12 to go. Marcel Ship, the beneficiary of some great work by the offensive line. Vegas in charge here in New York. Don Blackman, the defensive coordinator, talking to his unit, which has really been on roller skates in reverse. 17-0. Meanwhile, Marcel Ship has enjoyed 2 touchdown runs tonight, a 1-yarder and a 6-yarder. We're still on Las Vegas.
Ran that one up in there and had an unblocked linebacker coming right at him. And expected to take a shot, but did not. We'll take a look at it in a second.
Sanders bobbles. They do the smart thing and fall on it at the 18-yard line.
Take a look at this. 56 is Mortensen. Watch him step up the fill. Step up the fill. Expecting to get hit. The guard goes by him, and he fans on the tailback. Ship just goes right by him, walks in the end zone, and it was actually Bibla pulling it. And I think Mortensen was expecting to get hit and didn't, and then was flat-footed, and Ship ran right by him.
Hey, 5 for the mic. 5 for
Possession chart. Larry McDuff, the Las Vegas D coordinator. Love those numbers. It's the worst starting position for New York, which has had the ball for only 5:23 before that play. And the farthest the offense has reached is just their own 36-yard line. And the defense is having a tough enough night, but now you compound it by being on the field all the time.
Yeah, Donnie Blackman's talking to his defense about lining up correctly. Actually, that was a positive play finally for the New York offense, running power O and hammering it up in there for a nice 5-yard gain on first down.
Thorpe goes top of your screen, number 8. He's their leading receiver. They're going to run it. And not much doing going up the middle. Let's check in with Cordell Stewart with D.D. Dorsey of Las Vegas.
D.D., of course, you guys are going out and running the ball well. Marcel Ship is scoring touchdowns after touchdown. Right now, what you're told, how does that make you feel, or where does that put you from the standpoint of not having to go anywhere?
It makes me feel great watching us right up and down the field. Anytime any of the backs have success, we're always happy for each other. We're each other's greatest fans. So, hopefully we can keep it up.
And of course, your foot being something that's an injury right now, having a great week last week, 139 yards. Right now, you don't have a chance to play. Does that give you an opportunity to heal a little bit more so you get ready for the California Redwoods next week?
Yeah, it's going to let me heal it. It's not really an injury, just kind of more of a nagging thing. So I figured tonight maybe let me rest it a little bit. That way I come back 100%, and play the rest of these games.
Well, we call you Didi, and I think everybody in the world, including myself, want to know what's your real first name.
Well,
Can we get it?
You and everyone else in the world have to keep wondering.
Come on, can we get just a little bit, something real close? DD's enough?
DD's close. DD's close. DD's a hint. DD's close.
Well, he's been hard, guys. I can't get it out of him. I don't know what to do. Back to y'all up top.
Inquiring minds want to know. I'm sure you'll take advantage of the time, Cordell. Thank you.
New York got a first down, dude.
How about that? On a face mask on the run from Shannon Wood. Somebody trying to look like he tried to rip his head off.
Well, hopefully it gives them a little momentum. The more plays you run, the more comfortable you get out on the field. So maybe they get it rolling.
Ingle Martin short drop, throws over the middle, got his tight end to about the 49. Picks up about 6. Anita Marks, what do you have?
Hey guys, again, I'm on the sideline with a Motorola Click, and it's Moto Blur. It's social networking all in one with Facebook and Twitter. You just heard Cordell Stewart. What's Dee Dorsey's first name? We want to find out. For all the folks out there, if you know Dee Dorsey's first name, I want you to Twitter me. Find me on Twitter, look for Sports Chick, and we'll give you a UFL t-shirt and hat. So the first person, we need to find out what is Dee Dorsey's first name.
All right, Anita, thank you. Crifanzo Thorpe with the catch. And how about this? A first down for New York in Las Vegas territory.
Back-to-back completions, rhythm passing. That was a little more difficult than the first one. Nice little completion to the tight end on the first one, and the second one to Crifanzo Thorpe on the slant route. So, you know, a little rhythm. That penalty gave him a first down, allows them to run a few more plays and get some kind of rhythm going offensively.
Ingle Martin, 4 or 5 for 24 yards. Here's Woods. Positive yards, about 3 yards on the pickup. Penalties all over, penalty flags all over the place. Like Teddy Lehman get cut.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. On the defense, number 59. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Ezra Butler out of the University of Nevada. Ezra Butler, number 59. He's the son of Jonathan Butler, two-time Grammy-nominated guitar, songwriter, and music producer.
Well, that's 30 yards of penalties on this drive. We find that our bad boys.
Looks like it.
Bad boys of the UFL.
Cortez, Hankton, and Sanders. They go top of your screen. First and 10 at the Las Vegas 28. Pump and then throw to the tight end. And that's going to be good for first down inside the 20. And he got it to Christian Hopkins.
He snuck this right past Teddy Lehman's ear. I'll tell you what, just kind of pump fake, snuck it in there, and it wasn't the prettiest throw because of the double pump, but you don't have to throw it hard. Watch him hang in there and just wait on his little pump fake up the middle of the field, snuck it right by Lehman. Nice completion to Hopkins.
Boy, talking about staying calm. Shannon Woods bounces off a tackler, takes it inside the 10. That's a good pop in there. And it's the best the offense has looked for New York tonight.
That's 2 nice runs by Wood. He's got some explosion. He's got some quickness in his feet. On the first one a couple plays ago, he stretched it. Nothing was there. Finally cut it back and gained 2 or 3 positive yards. And on this one, he actually had a hole and hit it quick. It looks like he's got nice feet.
Second down and 4 at the 10-yard line. Shannon Woods, the deep back. Woods gets it, bounces it outside. Takes it to about the 7-yard line, picks up 2. Tell you what, there's a lot of flying to the ball by this defensive unit.
They really do. They get there in a hurry. Safeties filling, flying around.
Quinn Gray lifted the quarterback spot charting things for tonight.
Quinn's been the guy the first 3 games and actually had a decent game last week, but fell short. So at 0-3, they go with Ingle Martin. Ingle's putting together a nice little drive here. It's got a little rhythm going.
Ingle's out of Nashville, Tennessee. Keeps it alive. He's at the 5. Oh, what a hit. He takes it to 3. They like his mobility, but he paid for it. That's a major toll that he took on that shot.
He's feeling that, but I'll tell you what, here's some quick feet for you. 1, 2, 3, wanted it. Didn't like it. One guy, one miss. 2, up inside, put your head down and go, and took a stick. Trying to see who that is coming up out of the secondary.
Tony Parrish came
that
up.
Figures.
11th play of the drive, and Tony laid some wood on Engel Martin, but New York with a 1st and goal. Tofield, the deep back, gets the call, and he's stymied right at the line of scrimmage. Brian Toll, number 51, outside linebacker from Boston College.
Boston College guy. Made a name as a hitter at DC. I don't know that New York's going to be able to get tough and physical and push this thing across. They may have to have a little finesse, whether it's play action, bootleg, at least counter action or something.
Larry McDuff played junior college football with Jim Fossil, championship team, and worked again at Stanford during the John Elway years. Good call, Doug, and throw it. Martin's in trouble, and down he goes. Back at the 9-yard line. So that's sack by Brandon Moore. 3rd sack tonight.
Brandon Moore,
Las Vegas.
Very athletic linebacker, coming from the outside. And, you know, he's going through his progression, 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's just a miss by the fullback. You can't, you know, you got to stick your nose in there and hit him.
He released trying to be an outlet.
I don't know.
Well, he barely got a piece of it.
So he snuck up. Brandon Moore snuck up on him pretty quickly. He wasn't ready to throw it away because you do not want to take a sack down in this area of the field.
So they back him up.
Didn't get the opportunity.
3rd and goal at the 9. Martin held out of the end zone, turned away. And that's Cortez Hankton. So 4th and goal. Tate Cottrell going to go for the 7th.
Let's go for that shit.
This is why the sack kills you so bad, because you can't run your regular little tight red zone plays. You're sitting back too far. Now it sets up a 4th and goal from the 2, and Ted really wants to go for it, but don't let your emotions get the better of you here.
Home team timeout by Levi. 17-0 Las Vegas. 4th and goal. Staring New York in the face at the 2:28 mark, 2nd quarter.
Hey,
17-0 Las Vegas, and this is a critical moment for the New York Sentinels. They want to get a touchdown. They need a touchdown.
They really do need the touchdown. I would have liked to see him just put points on the board here because it's tough to throw the ball down here. They do have a pass play called. You'll watch the Z come in motion. They're hoping for press coverage and throwing a fade. Otherwise, he's got to read it out.
Hankton in motion. Quick look. Fade. Wide open. Got it. Touchdown. Touchdown to Steve Sanders. That's an emotional lift that the Sentinels needed.
Watch him come down and around for the fade route. Razors the call. Little pick. That's a little too much of a pick, Alfonso. You got to turn your shoulders and face the quarterback. Got away with one. Got the big touchdown. 5 for 5 on the drive there for Martin.
Peter checks. Extra point is good. Talk about the emotional lift. They got it. A 14-play, 83-yard drive in 7:44. And Martin hits Sanders for the score. We got a ball game again at 17-7 Las Vegas. Steve Sanders off his first TD catch of the season, 17-7 Las Vegas. And let's listen in on the call of the game. Brought to you by Motorola.
Let's go Z-Fly. Nice right, quick ace right, Frisco Razor.
He caught it. Yes, yes. 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 Yes.
He caught it, coach. Isn't that what he's supposed to do?
Well, you get that kind of reaction when you're 0-3 coming into tonight's game.
He caught it. Touch.
That was our guy.
Hey, our guy caught it. Nice job on the play call. Excellent play call. The execution of it, Travanzo Thorpe setting a pick that you want to turn your shoulders and face the quarterback and just kind of screen a defender. He squared up on him and pretty much bumped him and picked him. So Fossil wasn't too happy about that.
Not at all. From the 17-yard line, a good return here by Las Vegas. And that's Scobie on the return. Gets it across the 30 to about the 32-yard line.
Yeah, but you can't worry about it too much. Your offense is rolling up and down the field. And here comes JP again. And the New York team has done nothing defensively that would indicate they're going to stop him.
Yeah.
Jim was not happy.
No, not at all.
Holy mackerel.
They unloaded. New York in its first 3 possessions had minus 13 yards, but they picked up 83 yards on that scoring drive.
Well, the key was getting the first penalty to get their first down.
And then another penalty got a second. Major spread. Nice throw. Better defensive play. Fine defensive play by Paul Pratt, number 37.
That's an excellent coverage by Pratt. The slant will be coming to the middle of the field. JP sets his feet and turns this one loose. You can't put it in a better spot, but Pratt gets his hand in there to knock it away. Great defensive play.
Paul Pratt breaking up that play. Pass intended for Sammy Parker. Pratt has 2 interceptions. That's team high for New York.
There you go.
They're being very defiant. You got to like the way Fossil's gone after him. And here's why. Andre Thurman, a big play to the 49-yard line, first down. He beats Tony Tiller. First down for the Locos.
He saw me coming. I had no chance to get it.
JP hangs in there with him and actually waits till he comes across into the second window.
We have reached a 2-minute warning here at Hofstra University. Ted Cottrell's winless New York Sentinels 17-7 on the short end at 2 minutes to go.
You want to go to the W Cup? Let's do it right now.
Okay. All right.
Now they're playing press man-to-man.
I like W Cup.
Yeah.
Got delays out.
All right, go ahead. Now tell your back to win for you, though, too.
Double right, 86. Okay.
Tell him to give him a good nod.
So Jim Fossil, Tim Rattay, the backup quarterback, and J.P. Lossman. You like that? You like that interplay there? The player tucks the coach into another play.
He's looking for a double move in the slot, I believe.
Downfield, double coverage, incomplete.
They ran a double delay route. The outside guys just sit, the inside guys on corner routes. But the defenders had outside leverage on them.
Sammy Parker, the intended receiver.
So when you have outside leverage, it makes it easy to cover a corner route.
1:54 to go. Las Vegas with all 3 times out remaining. At the end of tonight's game, we're going to select the StubHub fan favorite play of the game. StubHub, where fans buy and sell tickets. Rossman hanging. And getting out of bounds, picking up the first down. Sammy Parker in a crossing route. So Sammy Parker 10 yards on the game. And Parker with his 3rd catch tonight.
Bring him backers now, guys.
Well, New York's playing a lot more man-to-man now. You know, those first couple drives played a lot of zone bailing off. Here they do crossing routes, get a little pick underneath, actually, but this one was nowhere near what we saw in the end zone. And he does a great job of getting out of bounds and stopping the clock inside of 2 minutes.
Did his job. Picked up the first down. Parker having a nice night. Osman gets it out to Kirkus. Wow, he got underneath that tackle attempt. Terrell Mays whiffed thanks to Kirkus. Kirkus showed some great flexibility here. Watch this.
Well, Mays is playing off now, so they take what's given to him outside. He does a nice job of ducking underneath Mays.
Pretty much the same play again. Kirkus trying to get out of bounds. Does he? No, he does not. Advances the ball to the 25-yard line.
There's all kinds of time on the clock. Over a minute to go still at the 25-yard line here. So take your time, just one play at a time. Take the read, deliver the ball.
Osman gets it to Bergen. First down to the 15. Big collision there. First down for Las Vegas. That's a gain of 10. So Adam Bergen out of Seaford, New York. Not far from here in Hempstead. With another catch, his second this evening.
Yeah, once they get near the red zone, Adam becomes a factor. It's amazing how tight ends are a big part of your game inside the 20.
Okay, here's what I want. All right. I want to go 72 Y read takeoff. I want you to check the hole, okay? If not, get through that progression. And I want the Z backside, or the W backside, to win getting across. Yeah, I mean, if we go Y read takeoff, right? Y read takeoff, tell backside W.
Y read is normally a form of an option route. Usually it's an out-breaking route by the tight end. Y read takeoff, I'm assuming that the tight end, Y, Bergen will go down, do a double move. He'll start to the out and then go up through the middle of the field. If not, he'll have a wide receiver dragging across the field underneath him.
So Bergen lines up. He'll line up top of your screen. There's Adam. There's the double move. He's wide open. Caught, touchdown.
He just gives him a nice little nod. He gets zone coverage. He gives him a little nod just to widen his defender and then up through the seam. Grossman will try to probably pump fake a little bit, raise the ball, and then spin and up down the middle. He doesn't even have to pump fake that one. Here's Bergen. Little fake on the out, little nod, and boom. Nice ball right in the chest. Way to hold on to the ball, taking a shot from your safety.
Jim Fossil had that one all the way, didn't he?
Now, that's your standard red zone stuff, you know? You get to the red zone, the tight end becomes such a factor.
And it's amazing more teams don't use it. Sometimes you see teams try to macho it in where, you know, you get somebody in space like that, give them the ball that way.
Well, what happens is you're afraid to go one-on-one on the wideouts and press them, or you're going to get a fade route. So a lot of times you got safety help working to the outside. You leave the middle of the field open, and now the tight end's working on linebackers or a strong safety and can do a double move up through the middle.
Nice job by Las Vegas with 50 seconds to go. That was a good-looking drive. 8 plays, 68 yards in a minute 30. And Lussman 6 for 8 on that drive for 68 yards. Make sure to purchase tickets to the UFL game in your city. To buy individual tickets, visit UFL-football.com, or for group tickets, call 877-UFL-2009 today. And don't forget, next week we'll be up at the home of the UConn Huskies at Rensselaer Field. See the Florida Tuskers take on these New York Sentinels in East Hartford, Connecticut. Chance to see pro football in Connecticut, Southern New England. Come on out. Jim Haslett's unbeaten Tuskers have already locked up a spot in the UFL Premier Season Championship game that'll be played Friday, day after Thanksgiving in Las Vegas. Here's the kick. Taking it about the 8-yard line. And heavy contact. And a ball carrier taken down at the, it's Darren Clark, taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, you know, New York goes down, they get the touchdown, and now the bubbles burst there on the drive by Vegas to come back. I'd say with 46 seconds left, you're going to run a screener or draw on first down and see how it goes. And then you'd like to put a drive together to go try to get a field goal. If you get a negative play, forget about it. It's kneel down on the ball and get to halftime.
2 times out remaining for the Sentinels. They run the draw. Tofield picks up the first down.
I would take my timeout right there. After a run play.
Nice surge.
But now
30 seconds.
They're in that mode to try to score.
Martin looking left all the way and completes it to the 42-yard line. They got that to Hankton, Cortez Hankton.
Complete to Cortez Hankton.
Hankton, 6 foot 200 out of Texas Southern. Timeout. Houston. So timeout called by New York. Sentinels have 1 timeout remaining.
Hold on.
Nice job hitting the slant, moving the chains. 20 seconds. You need about 25 yards to have a field goal attempt.
Well, it's been all Las Vegas here in the first half. Ship a couple of short runs. Gano, a 44-yard field goal. And Losman with his 7th TD pass of the season to Bergen. His 2nd TD catch this year, 24-7.
But it's how easy it's looked for Vegas offensively.
UFL record, most points in the first 30 minutes. Deep drop, Martin a pump, throws short. Toe field for about 3, and that's it. Haven't really seen Martin really air one out. He's got 10 seconds to go. They let
He called timeout.
He called timeout. Looks like they probably should have had about another 3 seconds left on the clock, about 13 seconds.
Yeah, they should have called it right away. They were trying to get up over the ball. On a short gain, you think of getting over the ball and let's go. If it's a longer gain, you think about using your timeout usually. There, he had all vertical routes, guys running down the field, and you assume in this situation, in 20 seconds left in the half, that people are going to be bailing. So Martin brings it down to the back right in front of him. All of a sudden, the linebacker's right on and makes the tackle, and you get a 2-yard gain.
Let me ask you this. You got Martin, 9 of 10, 58 yards, but I don't think any completions been longer than that 10, 12 yards.
Well, it doesn't have to be. Usually, he got a nice rhythm going. They stuck it in the end zone there. The big plays will happen on their own. You know, you want to run as many plays as you can, get some confidence, get some completions, and then all of a sudden the guy takes one of those slant routes and goes, or now you do a double move off it and hit the big play. In fact, earlier they did call a slant and go. It just wasn't there. But that short passing game will eventually give you an opportunity to take a shot up the field.
Make sure you stay with us at halftime, everybody. Something unique to the UFL. We're going to bring you inside the respective locker rooms. And we'll have highlights and analysis. First 30 minutes. At 10 seconds left.
We need about 20 to get into field goal range.
Get back, Joe.
Deep drop. Pretty good protection. Boy, he's waiting a long time. Deep throw. Incomplete. With 4 seconds left on the clock. Trying to get it to Steve Sanders. Just a second incompletion tonight for Martin.
Well, Vegas knows the situation, too. They're getting deep, playing outside in on the receivers. They were hoping to get a deep out route there for New York. New York was hoping to maybe get into field goal range. Now with 4 seconds, it's for the end zone or a trick play of laterals and things of that nature. But you want to be careful before the half and not having somebody pick off a lateral and go the other way. So just air one out. Hold on to it as long as you can and air it out.
Hey, 5-4.
To Engel Martin's left, he's got Thorpe and Sanders. Being pressured. He's in trouble. Goes downfield. And that's an incompletion as the clock runs out for the first half here. Penalty flag.
Incomplete.
And he was across the line of scrimmage.
The half is over. That
And
penalty's
that
the
will
clock.
do it. So 24-7, Las Vegas over New York here in UFL action this evening from Hempstead, Long Island, with the campus of Hofstra University. Engel Martin, 3 incompletions. He goes 9 for 12, 58 yards and a touchdown. We'll be back with our halftime in both locker rooms when we come back. 24-7 Las Vegas. Yep. Las Vegas 24-7. Las Vegas has dominated the first 30 minutes, and to get more on that, let's go inside their locker room. Standing by, Cordell Stewart with head coach Jim Foster.
Coach, your ball club came out and played very well in the first half. 4 of 5. I know sometimes things aren't good enough, but what do you say to your team going in the second half after going 4 of 5 on 4 or 5 drives to get scores?
Well, I want to see how we come out and play the second half. That's the bottom line right now. I don't want to come out and play sloppy. I want to come out and play hard. I don't want to see our defense get any more personal fouls like that. I don't want to see sloppy play. I want them to come out. I want to be able to run the football and just operate like we said the whole game.
Your quarterback, J.P. Lopes, is playing real sound right now. He looks relaxed. He looks comfortable. What do you tell him to keep the drives going?
Well, just play catch. That's the whole thing we started with, Cordell. You know that. You play quarterback. Yeah. Just play catch. Just hit the open guy. You don't have to find a perfect guy. Just find a guy. And after the kind of the shaky start we had, and he threw the one low, the first pass, I mean, he has settled down. He's playing magnificently.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you.
Okay.
Back to you guys.
All right, Cordell, thank you very much. Back here as we check in on the New York locker room. Let's listen in.
All right? So we're going to have a numbers dropper, 2 hook guys inside. You got me? Everybody understand that. When we go nickel, we'll go 3. All right? We'll go 3 sky. All you got to do is drop safety, just drop away from the nickel. All right? The 2 linebackers have the hooks. All right? You understand that? You understand that? But when I call a dog, I want the son of a bitch to run. I'm going to give you a play it call with it, okay? So if they come out in here...
Don Blackman talking to his defensive unit. We continue with halftime right after this. Come back and take a look at some highlights from the first half. It's Las Vegas 24, New York 7. Right. 24-7 Las Vegas over New York. Dave Sims, Doug Flutie, and Nita Marks and Cordell Stewart and the UFL crew here in Long Island. We're at Hempstead at the campus of Hofstra University.
It's about as relaxed as we've seen JP. He's just in a groove tonight, feeling comfortable, has a smile on his face, and it's supposed to be fun.
Well, I tell you what, the reason why he's relaxed, we'll show you the highlights. Jim Fossil said a couple of passes weren't sharp to start with, but then he got on a roll here.
Yeah, and what this means to me, that you watch these passes, other than the one tight slant, everybody's open. Right? Everybody's open. He's hitting the numbers. He's got good protection. He's setting his feet, and he's reading coverage well. Schiff sticks it in the end zone from down close, but then we're back to throwing the ball. That's the one tight throw that he had to stick in there. Phenomenal throw.
7-0 at this point. The drive continues. After they get a field goal, they get their hands on the ball again, and Schiff will take it in. It's 17-0 second quarter, the 10-12 mark. A couple of penalties aid and abet the New York cause because they hadn't done anything offensively. And then Martin does a good job to keep this play alive.
That was a 3rd down play that he converts with his feet. This is a 4th down play that he throws the inside fade for the touchdown. Possible pick on the play, but it was a gutsy drive by Martin.
And it was getting back in the game at 17-7. And then Las Vegas mounts another scoring drive inside the 2 minutes. And here's Losman on a double move to the tight end Bergen. That makes it 24-7. That's where we are right now at halftime here at Hofstra University. The numbers reflect that big scoring advantage for Las Vegas. 190 passing yards. How about the passing yards? The total yards 226 to 92. Time of possession. Las Vegas done a good job. When they've had it, they've scored. New York had one long scoring drive. Their scoring drive went 7 minutes and 44 seconds. Prior to that, they hadn't gotten beyond their own 36-yard line.
Well, they had picked up a first down. They had a nice completion on the first play of the game. They got in 3rd and short and got stuffed. So you've got to pick up first downs to get a rhythm in your offense and start running your offense.
Let's see if they can come out with some rhythm in the second half. 24-7, Las Vegas. The United Football League on Versus is presented by Wilson Sporting Goods, the official football of the UFL. By Rogers Athletics, power, skill, victory. By Riddell, what's your sport? And by Cutter's Gloves. No other glove performs like this. Good look at Times Square from about 700 feet up. And yesterday, Jim Fossil and a lot of the players had a chance to visit the Brooklyn Wall of Remembrance at Keyspan Park, Coney Island. It stands as a graceful tribute to those who made the ultimate sacrifice on September 11, 2001. 30 by 12-foot granite memorial contains a laser-engraved images of firefighters, Port Authority officers, New York police officers, and others. Jim Fossil, with a group of his team, went to the memorial yesterday, and that's a cause very close to Fossil's heart. And then what happens? They got an actual call They had to boogie. They had to leave and go to work.
Unbelievable. They were climbing on the fire. I was something about boys and fire trucks. They love being in the fire station and living that.
When we saw Jim Fossil yesterday, he was very fired up about that. He's very dedicated to this cause, as we all are.
Very close to his heart. He was in New York at that time.
Take a look at the offensive leaders. Losman having a nice night. 18 of 24, 199 and a touchdown. Ship has scored twice. And Kirkus is getting open, and he's making some catches.
He's spreading the ball around a little bit, though. And what it indicates to me is that he is reading coverage well tonight. He's comfortable. A lot of that comes down to pass protection. And so he surveys his field and just goes to it, throw the ball to the open guy. It's a simple. It becomes a simple game.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Jim Fossil, when he was talking to Cordell Stewart, he mentioned that, and that's a very big point. Adam Bergen had a nice game first half with 3 catches. Parker with 3 catches. And let's get back to the New York locker room and offensive coordinator Wes Chandler earlier speaking with quarterback Engel Martin.
Done nothing changed. Run the ball, no. They've done nothing different. You just can't run it. We have not seen it. If they don't respect the run, they're going to ignore it all day. Yeah. All right, so we'll get in the flank and we'll start running the football. And then come back with the new. But I want to go right instead of left. I don't want you to turn into a problem. I want you to be able to face the problem.
Okay. Engel Martin out of the state of Tennessee, named after a 19th century preacher from Middle Tennessee. He's Engel Martin, a 4th, and his wife Jennifer is expecting her first child, so we're going to stop it right there. We're not royalty.
That's enough. We're going to using her maiden name, Wright.
So the young man Wright Martin, he's due in another month and a half.
Yep.
And his wife Jennifer was a pitcher at the University of Alabama.
Played in the World Series.
They're not even fucking off there yet.
Phenomenal. And they were talking at halftime there about running the ball a little bit because you got to keep him honest. I know you're down 17, but if they just drop back and throw it, he's going to get beat up. They got to be able to run the ball and just take it one drive, one series at a time.
Las Vegas Locos, the Locomotives out of great state of Nevada. Bill Hembrick is the owner. Jim Fossil, the coach. 1-2 record. High percentage of the team has got NFL experience. Gone back to get this kick for New York is Darren Clark. Back up wide receiver. So the Sentinels are going to get their hands on the ball. Clark out of Stillman College down in Atlanta. Here we go. Second half action underway. Graham Gano with the kick. Clark from the 5. Oh boy, you can hear that hit. That was something else. Ezra Butler out of Nevada.
I'm sorry, I couldn't cover on special teams, and I'm not returning a kickoff.
Oh man, I did that for spelling at D3 level. That was plenty enough. Let's review the game we're playing for New York.
Well, Martin, he moved his feet 9 for 12. He moved his feet well, made a big first down in that one touchdown drive. 1 sack on Losman early on. That was on a naked bootleg, so that had nothing to do with protection. It was just they weren't fooled on the play and forced some third and longs. Not too many third and longs.
Jason Watkins, 79, coming in to take the place of Mike Flodell out of Rutgers. Ran into Mike's parents and grandmothers were coming in. Here's Jason Watkins, who was the starter. He's out of Florida in his second year in the pros. Started on the ground.
Don't bring that shit over here. Hey, 26, don't put it on the ground. Hey, don't put
That was Shannon Woods, and I love, you can hear smattering of the trash talk. And I love it. Hey, 26, don't run that over here.
Don't bring it over here. You better be running the other way. Don't come there. I think that was Gary Stills. But they need to run the ball a little bit, stay physical, because if you get in just a strictly passing mode, it's all over.
Shannon Woods out of Texas Tech. Gets it to Woods. And he draws the crowd as he gets across the 25 to about the 28. Picks up 4. Wendell Bryant on the tackles. We look at the Sentinels facts and figures. Bill Mayers, the owner. Ted Cottrell, we've been introduced to him. 0-3. And just 38% of his team with NFL experience.
They work with younger players. And, you know, talking to Wes Chandler before the game, offensive coordinator, he kind of double thinking that a little bit. You know, we thought we were going to develop some guys, but we've gone out and signed a few veterans now later as this year moves along.
There's Wes, a great receiver, University of Florida and with the San Diego Chargers. Get it on the outside, quick recovery. The coverage there, Sanders on the catch. And talk about reaction. Joe Porter out of Rutgers, along with Teddy Lehman. Joe Porter's number 20.
You got your inside receiver in the slot running the flat route, and Porter on the outside is reading this. He's this outside defender out here, reading it, break on the ball. Just a fraction late, picked up the first down. A nice completion by Martin. That's 2 in a row on the last play. He really wanted to throw a curl route. It was covered. He came off, dumped it to the back. Back makes somebody miss, picks up a positive gain. So even though it's nothing flashy, a couple positive gains.
Line of scrimmage at 32. They're going to run it. And a nice surge up the middle. Nick Turnbull on the tackle. A 5-yard carry by Shannon Woods. So Woods, they're glad to have him on this ball club with Tofield nursing a shoulder injury. 9 carries, 27 yards. Barclay's out. Ali's more of a fullback. He's the only real breakaway threat, home run hitter that they have.
Well, Woods was with him in training camp and broke his foot. He just came back, and he just came in this week and been around a couple of days, so he's a little bit familiar with some of the terminology. But he does have explosion to him. He caught that little dump pass, made a guy miss, picked up a positive gain. He's running the ball strong. Can't hear the call. They're trying to cheat on him, Coach.
Woods will be the deep back. Double tight ends, left side. With the Woods, nice bounce. And gets it across the 45, picks up 4. And he's about a yard short of a first down.
Does a nice job of staying with his pulling guard. Nate Bennett pulled out and around. They close it down on a power O. You're blocking down, and your guard pulls out and around. But that time, he bounced it outside, just staying with his guard, Nate Bennett.
They were able to wash Eric Henderson, wash him down the line and get around him. Steve Sanders. Tofield's back in the backfield. Gets the call. Good hard running by the veteran from LSU. That's a 4-yard gain. First down New York. So they're establishing that good run rhythm now. So they're setting up that play action.
Hey, this is impressive, though. This is they really don't feel like they match up well up front, but they need to run the ball some. They've come out and hammered the football and picked up a couple of first downs. And like you said, make them respect that run and slip a play action in on them.
Hey, 5 for the mic. 5 for the mic.
Cortez Hankton, top of your screen. Looking that way, throwing that way, and a catch. Nice catch. Las Vegas territory. Wally Dada covering on the play, and Hankton makes the catch. He came in with 2 catches on the season. He's got 3 tonight.
Dada didn't back up too much. He's playing off, but he doesn't give up too much ground. Boom, the ball's thrown right out of it. Dada breaking hard on it. Perfect throw by Martin. Great timing, great rhythm on the throw.
Opening drive here in the 3rd quarter. It's been all Las Vegas tonight, 24-7. Locos with 10 points in the 1st quarter, 14 in the 2nd. Good backside pursuit keeps Tofield from really busting anything out there. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Wendell Bryant did a good job along with Tony Parrish.
We should have checked that. We should have went the other way.
That was the 2nd and short, turns it into 3rd and just a yard and a half now. It is 4-down territory, though, for New York. I mean, they're going for this on 4th down. I'm expecting power football, but you think in the back of your mind, it would be a bit, well, with them spread out, they're not going to play action. They're going to
3rd down tonight. Let's see what happens here. 3 for 9 on the game, and 2 for 2 in this drive. And Stefanzo Thorpe gets the first down. I hadn't heard from him for a while.
You were indicating to me go for Thorpe here, because I was going to say they'll probably go play action, maybe go for something. And you were pointing to Thorpe. Sure enough, he's 1-on-1 on the outside. Just a simple hitch route on 3rd and 1.5. Nice conversion.
I mean, keep moving the chains.
Yeah. This drive started back at the 21-yard line.
Break it.
It's now at the Las Vegas 42. 10th play coming. Woods finds a hole. One man to beat. Nicely done. Inside the 30. Good hard running by Shannon Woods. First down, New York.
Something about fresh legs. He's been out. He's got a good explosion to him. They do a great job on the edge. No pullers. Great job by both tight ends.
Ooh, he made Parrish. Made him look bad. Tight end had a good block on the outside. Ronnie Gent. 11 carries, 46 yards for Woods. They're really feeling a lot better about themselves right now.
I believe that was Ted Petrell's son at the other tight end making the block.
Martin. Wow, he completed that. Heck of a job to make that happen. Ronnie Gent with the catch. But Engel Martin, they couldn't say enough about his ability to keep a play alive.
Boy, he slipped it quick, slipped back outside, and still made a play. Little dangerous running to the sideline like this and throw him back up the field, but he gets the completion, puts it in a great spot. Low and away to the inside, paint that outside corner. Ronnie Gent, nice hands on the play.
George Gauze, number 94, with some really good pressure. Martin, 14 of 17, 88 yards. New York in the Motorola red zone, introducing Motorola Quick with Mobile Blur, the first phone with social skills that's available exclusively at T-Mobile. Not much doing there because of Gary Stills, number 55, 35-year-old veteran out of West Virginia. Lose a yard on that play.
Hey, hold on.
Well, this has been a huge drive for New York to come out and move the ball the way they have and hopefully end up with at least points out of this to get it to a two-score game, but preferably from their standpoint, a touchdown. They've done an excellent job. They needed a drive to start this third quarter.
Go, guys, be alert.
West Chandler's offensive crew, their only score tonight was the result of a 7-minute, 44-second drive. 13th play coming up. Oh, that could have been dangerous. Jumping the route was Porter. Thorpe was the intended receiver. And Martin, boy, he identified his receiver immediately.
Well, the last third and short, they threw a hitch out here. This time Porter says, I'm jumping that quick. When this started to happen, I was hoping this was a double move and go deep. And he did a nice job of adjusting his throw, Martin did. Saw Porter breaking on it, threw it low and away, line up and kick the field goal.
Field goal attempt brought to you by Men's Warehouse. Men's Warehouse, you're going to like the way you look. Peter Check, 2 for 3. And he drills that one through. So a good possession by New York. A 38-yard field goal by Check makes it a two-score game at 24-10 Las Vegas. Back to Hofstra University of Long Island right after this. So New York trying to make a game of it. 24-10 Las Vegas. And this drive summary brought to you by Title Sports Drink. Title, thirst for it. Good-looking drive. Second time New York's had a 14-play drive. They go 59 yards in 8:01. First scoring drive was 14, 83 yards and 7:44. If they can just get some stops, they're milking a lot of clock.
Well, they're running a lot of plays, converting on third down, keeping themselves in down and distance. But we mentioned it earlier, you did, about these short passes. When are they going to go deep? You need a big play in there somewhere, and it would have been nice to have had a hitch and go or a double move on that third down play.
Here's Scobie on the return. Got an alley far side. Major plus return out near the 40-yard line. That's where Las Vegas will put it in play when we return. The Locos in charge right now, 24-10. Jim Fossil's team, 24-10. Dave Sims, Doug Flutie, Nita Marks, and Cordell Stewart with him. J.P. Losman, your thoughts?
Just an exceptional night, exceptional. Standing in there, taking some hits, delivering the football, stepping up over his front foot, delivering the football. A lot of that has to go with pass protection. His receiver's doing a nice job, but he just looks very relaxed and comfortable tonight.
Go.
18 of 24, 199 yards and a touchdown.
All right, near left. Goal line for the end foul.
Marcel Ship, a couple of short runs. Lossman, a touchdown pass to Bergen. And he got a Gano 44-yard field goal accounting for the Las Vegas scoring. Here's Ship. Oh, good play defensively. That's a linebacker, Ryan Wallace. Ryan Wallace done a good job against the run tonight.
Really has. He closed down there from the outside. He came off the edge earlier and stopped the bootleg. He's really showing up in the run game. And on that, I keep waiting for him to run the search play and have a cutback on him. After he came up on the naked bootleg and took that angle, if he takes a hard angle at the quarterback like that, it allows cutback runs.
3 wide to the bottom of your screen to the right of Losman. Goes the other way. And a quick catch. Tab Perry as we check in with Anita Marks.
Guys, while in the locker room at halftime, defensive coordinator Don Blackman addressed his secondary. Very disappointing in their first half performance. Game plan tonight was to pressure J.P. Losman, get in his head. Simeon Rice expected to have a big game, but the secondary is allowing the wide receivers to get open too early, not giving the defensive line time to get to them. So they need to change things up. Expect to see a lot more man-to-man coverage the second half. And the code word will be dog. Keep that in mind. On the offensive side of the ball, right tackle Orrin Thompson, head injury, guys. He is questionable to return.
All right, Anita, thank you. Out, cut, far side, Perry. And a penalty flag. Looks like it's going to be pass interference. Terrell Mays, the corner, covering over there.
Let's pick up.
Mays trying
Pass interference defense. Number 34. First down at the spot of the foul.
Mays up top of the screen playing tight man-to-man coverage on a quick out route. These routes usually convert and take off. He's got his right hand wrapped around the waist. Flag comes out, first down. That's an indication of more man-to-man. Try to force JP to make tighter throws. Zone is not holding up. People are getting open. He's having easy completions versus zone.
5:46 to go in the third.
Over. Hey, smash.
Marcel Ship deep back in an offset eye play fake. Throw it to Barthel, the fullback. He draws a crowd. Oh, boy, does he take a lick. Joe Mortensen, the middle linebacker. And a lot more emotion out of the New York defensive unit right now.
He's got a few friends hanging out. Let's take a look at the game plan, see how it's going for Vegas. You know, the number one thing on the list for Vegas was to hit some big plays. Losman's been just hitting the open receiver, so they haven't played a lot of man coverage, so there aren't a lot of big plays. It's more versus zone.
You know what?
Get the ball to Bergen. Bergen in the red zone's been exceptional and avoids sacks just the one tonight, but like I said earlier, that was on a bootleg. The key to not having the big plays is they haven't been running a lot of man coverage. Maybe those will come now that we're seeing some man.
Game plan brought to you by GameWare. In and out of the hands of Bergen. He does knock down the communication set up on the New York sideline. Knock down a lot of drinks too, and hope they'll be all right.
Personnel.
So it looks like they're going to be all right. They'll maintain their contact. The good news, there was no liquids or anything around all of that electricity.
You just saw it coming, didn't you?
You sure did. You can see
it was a slow motion of the thing.
You can't stop. Oh, my goodness.
This New York team's played a little man coverage, made a little tighter throws for JP. It's not quite as easy.
3 wide to Losman's left. Third down play. Outlet Scobie wins the race. And he's got a first down and more. New York territory. And he's run out of bounds by Trey Battle.
I believe it's Mortensen in the middle, covering man-to-man. Little fullback release through. They switched it off nicely. He just needs to step up quicker to make the tackle.
17 yards and a gain. He outran Leon Williams, the middle linebacker.
Yeah, they were playing man-to-man across the board, but the two linebackers switched when the backs crossed.
Jake Norden, slot man, top of your screen. Losman zips it out. He's got Casey Flair. Check that. That's Mart Madsen. My bad. Madsen, John Madsen out of Utah. Picks up 2.
Madsen had a touchdown last week, and he's a former basketball player, and he had a really good feel. He was down by the goal line. He was running a corner route, and he felt the coverage running towards the corner. He just put the brakes on and stopped in the back of the end zone, and JP just put it in his chest, and it just looked so easy. But it's a matter of having a feel for the game and the situation. It was just a really nice play. It was an easy couple, like a 2-yard touchdown pass, but it was a nice little play.
Madsen, a converted wideout, was with the Raiders. 06 to 08. Didn't get that playoff in time.
Prior snap, false start offense. Number 70.
Let's go.
Remain second down.
Jeremy Parquette out of Southern Miss.
11.
5th round draft pick of Kansas City Chiefs back in 05.
Right corner. Let's go. Let's go.
Trying to pick up some tempo here.
Yeah, it's not as smooth. Not as smooth as it was in the first half. I think part of that is going man-to-man coverage, get him a little out of sync, so it's not quite so easy.
Simeon Rice looking to put some pressure on Losman. Losman steps up, gonna run. Takes it down to about the 32-yard line. Brought down by Leon Williams, gain of 8.
New York dropped off in zone coverage here. He's looking up the field, steps up the clean pocket. Everybody pushed by him, so he was almost forced to take off. Gets a positive gain. Everybody getting a little deep, backing off. Nothing. There's a little window, but JP on that, he has to come down to a check down or find his back, but everything opened up right in front of him, so he just took off and ran.
Just Scobie, the lone setback. Run on a cross underneath. And that's the first completion of the night to Brian Hernandez. That's good for first down for Las Vegas.
Brian, it's Tiller covering Hernandez coming across, and this is what I'm talking about, making tight throws in man coverage. He's right on him. Tiller is right on Hernandez, and Lossman puts the ball right where he has to, just in front on the numbers, converging first down. And that's what you're trying to force him to do by playing man coverage, is make the tight throws.
All right, give it to me in a minute.
First down at the 26. Ship on the carry. Hardly anything there, maybe a yard. Leon Williams, 53. Ryan Bichetti.
Easy up, kiddo. Good.
Getting a little stouter against the run, stuffing it up in there. Defensively, they really, New York felt like they didn't match up as physically up front. Leon Williams brought some experience to the linebacker position, made a lot of tackles last week, led them in tackles.
Big game for both of these teams. Don Blackman's unit. This team 0-3, the Sentinels. Las Vegas had 1-2. Almost caught in the backfield, but then good secondary help by Ryan Wallace on the tackle. The carry by Josh Scobie. 1 yard on the pickup.
That was Bichetti firing through there, getting penetration and disrupting it into the backfield, and then Wallace chasing it down from behind.
JP Lossman on this drive is 23 on this game, 23 of 30 for 229. And he's got a touchdown pass on this drive, 5 for 6 for 30 yards. And this quarter, time melding away inside the final minute. Play clock inside of 5, and now they're going to call a timeout.
Boy, this quarter's flown by. What is it, one possession per team?
Pretty much. We'll take a break. Both teams with one possession apiece here in the third quarter. It's 24-10, Las Vegas. Well, if you're entering New York City by way of the Lincoln Tunnel, that's the view you'd get of Manhattan. The best skyline there is. 24-10 Las Vegas. Let's check in on Jim Fossil.
Pitches out there, or go to the back if we don't get it.
We got 9 to go. Double, you want to go double right? 82, 86 double delay W cop?
Yeah, I like it.
All right, well then hit it. Okay, 10.
Or you can just call Y read delay, and I'll freaking take that freaking Y out if we get that shit.
No, we don't have it.
Right. Hey, he's being assertive. The coach said, hey, you want it, you got it.
You like it, well, hit him.
Double wides, both sides, looking for it. Nobody home, and he's in trouble. And Losman goes down. Dale Spicer got him out of Western Carolina. Number 93, a loss of 6. That's a second sack this evening. And that sack is presented by AOL Fan House. And Coach said, don't take a sack.
The last thing he said is walking on the field. We cut it just before that. Was don't take a sack. We're not going backwards. And looking up the field, good pressure, good push. He really didn't have anything up the field. I think, was that Seawright coming in there making the sack?
Spicer got in there.
Spicer.
So a 49-yard attempt for Graham Gano, who's already hit from 44. Hit it well. Nice draw to it, and it's good. So you know Jim Foss would have preferred to be in position to keep the drive going to get 6, but he'll take the 3 spot. Why not? 27-10. Las Vegas, a 12-play, 30-yard drive and 6:46 for the Locos. And Graham Gano, tell you what, he's having a nice year. Vegas leads it by 17. Las Vegas has been in charge all evening. We have 11 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. AP Lussman in the offense. Just set up Graham Gano. He hit a 49-yard field goal. He's 2 for 2. He also hit one from 44.
I mean, it's like, you know, I could have played this on.
JP was invested in that play, called it on the sideline, wanted it to work, and when it doesn't work out, you get a little frustrated.
Clark, return left. They outnumber him big time. He barely gets back to the 15-yard line. Boy, that was good lane coverage by Las Vegas on that kick coverage. This copyrighted telecast is a presentation of the United Football League, and any use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the UFL is prohibited. Engel Martin and the New York Sentinels, their worst starting position tonight. 2 scoring drives, Doug, have been real long ones, but now they're really going to start dealing. They got 5 seconds in the fourth quarter.
I mean,
they're down 3 scores.
You want to score, but I don't know if you can take 14 plays and eat up half the quarter to do it.
Martin, long throw across, in and out of the hands of the receiver. Should have had it, Steve Sanders.
Boy, Sanders needs to pull that in, get yourself off the goal line area, and get the thing out near the 25-yard line.
Well, that's how the third quarter ends. Engel Martin, not looking too frustrated, but you could understand it if he would be after that drop. JP Lussman in Las Vegas in charge, 27-10.
You can open that hole up for me like that, though.
The United Football League on Versus is presented by Title Sports Drink, Thirst for It, by Bait Inc., by Fanlands, Own the Turf, and by NatNast. Every man has a story to tell. Aerial view of Columbus Circle out here on Long Island, 27-10. It's Las Vegas on top of New York. Hofstra cheerleaders, leaders entertaining here at their fine facility here in Hempstead. And all kinds of movement. Dave Sims, Doug Flutie, Cordell Stewart, and Anita Marks, and the UFL crew on hand here as we begin the fourth quarter. Referee tonight, David Kataya.
He's not.
85 defense, 5-yard penalty.
Where you going? Wrong way, brother. Wrong way.
Our fourth quarter report is presented by USI. It's been all Las Vegas tonight. Most been having a nice game. Coming up on 300 yards. Shipped a couple of rushing touchdowns. And Thorpe, Fonzo Thorpe, tying for the league lead in receptions with 19. A couple of catches on the evening. Brandon Tofield marks there. 2 of the last 3 drives for New York have been 14-play scoring drives resulting in a touchdown and a field goal, but time now is of the essence.
Yeah, it just says that Martin is executing the offense. When you put those kind of drives together, 14 plays, you're executing, taking your reads, delivering the football. Just slide back a second to the Hofstra dance team that was on the sideline there. They're the current national champions in 09, 03, 06, 07, so they got a little history here.
Hey, 31 Mike,
Here's a third down. A long 3. Martin, penalty flag, another penalty flag. Martin's got the first down. He's got good running speed. He gets it to the 40, 42-yard line. That's a first down pending the 2 flags, but pretty good chance they're going to be holds.
Yeah, that'll be holding and come back. But what I love is he got out in the open field. He started to run.
Holding. Offense. Number 79. 10-yard penalty would beat the down.
Jason Watkins called for the penalty.
He's starting to run. He looks back over his shoulder to see who's chasing him, pulls away. And then as he's 10 to 15 yard downfield, he still raises the ball and starts pumping it. Let's take a look at Watkins on the on the hold. Yeah, this little pull down over top. Hope the ref doesn't see it.
It's Gary Stills.
Gary Stills considers himself a pass rush specialist.
Oh, without a doubt. Another graduate of Big East play. Seemed like yesterday he was ripping it up for the West Virginia Mountaineers. 12 years in the NFL. Martin, deep throw, nobody home. Tried to get it out to Hankton. That'll bring on the punt team. It's one of the deeper routes they've run tonight.
Allison had pressure on him there, 95, and got in his face. He had to release it early, and Wasson got there, and the ball was thrown in early.
I don't want no water, big dog. I want a fucking touchdown. Shit, that's what I want.
Scott Player back for his 4th. Punt to work from his own end zone. Nice job. Sammy Parker, about the 43, returned to his left, got an alley. Oh, and he tripped up as he was crossing the 40. He was picking up blockers. I think Joe Porter, who was peeling back his own guy, may have tripped him up. 44 yards on the punt, 18 yards on the return. Penalty flag as well.
I was giving him the touchdown already. The arms were going up.
Boy, he was in high gear.
Had a nice wall on this side of the field.
During return, illegal block in the back, number 86 of the receiving team. That's a 10-yard penalty. First down.
Jake Norton, backup tight end. Cost his team some yardage. Take a timeout, but this is a good-looking return. He had a wall to his left, and he was picking up, but Joe Porter impeded his progress more than anything.
Go, New York, let's go! Go, New York, let's go!
27-10 Las Vegas.
Let's go!
Played a minute and a half here in the 4th quarter.
Let's go!
National champion Hofstra cheerleaders.
First and 10, Las Vegas.
Here comes Las Vegas. First and 10 play. Boy, did that open up. Nice play by Ship. Gets to the edge and then some. Across the 45 to about the 47, Terrell Mays. Great blocking left side, Capizzi and Frank Davis. 9 yards on the run by Marcel Ship out of the University of Massachusetts. Fine career with the Cardinals for 7 years.
Boy, that looked like it was going to break. From the second he got the ball in his hand, it looks like it's going to break. Capizzi turns out Rice to the outside. Nice block by the fullback up inside, Barthol, and off and running. I mean, that's lead week to the open side, and the fullback is the key block.
Took out Ryan Wallace. Ship 10 carries, 29 yards and a couple of scores. Play fake. Osman gets it to Ship, his outlet man, stays alive to the 50, to the 48-yard line. That's a 5-yard gain, another first down for Las Vegas. Brought down by Jonas Seawright. Make that Brigham Harwell. First catch tonight for Ship.
Boy, I'm looking down the field, and Kirkus was coming wide open across on the deep crosser, but pressure forced Lossman. I keep going Lossman. It's Lossman. Like, he moves around, makes a play, gets it to his back. You know, it was a nice job. Nice job by JP moving around.
Tight end in motion. Ship gets to carry again. A little stutter step was effective. Gets to the 45, picks up 3. Leon Williams with the tackle. Las Vegas got out to a 17-0 lead at the 10-12 mark. of the second quarter. New York with 2 scores, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and that's it. David Lofton now in the game. At free safety, his dad, the Hall of Fame wide receiver, and my partner on Westwood One Radio on Sunday Night Football. I know Dad is tuned in to watch this one. Ted Cottrell said everybody was going to play. And there's a quick pop pass, incomplete to Andre Thurman. David Lofton, by the way, wearing number 36.
James Lofton was our wide receiver coach my years out in San Diego. Also in Buffalo.
Great receiver, great guy.
Hall of Famer.
3rd down at 7 coming up.
Boy, they've scored every drive but the first drive of the game. It was a 5 consecutive drives.
Lossman 27 out of 32, 234 yards and a touchdown. Got all day, throws short, 1st down. This is Scobie. Scobie taken out hard by David Lofton. David, a chance to hit somebody, and he does, but it's a 1st down for Las Vegas. Let's check in with Cordell Stewart. Find any celebs tonight?
Well, guys, while you think I'm not doing anything, I all of a sudden look up in the stands, and there's a Hall of Fame Phil Simms, Hall of Famer Phil Simms, his daughter, Deidre Simms. She's sitting right here. Tell us, so what's going on? What are you doing here?
I'm here visiting my boyfriend, watching him play.
Who's your boyfriend?
Brian Toll, number 51 on the Vegas team.
On the Vegas team. Is he playing well tonight?
Yes, he is.
That's nice. Is it pretty? It's kind of cold out here right now for you to be here watching football. That must mean you really love this guy, right?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's special. So what did you tell him he had to do tonight for you to treat him real nice? Maybe go get something to eat or rub down on his ankles or something? What does he have to do to really impress you for you being out here in the cold weather tonight?
Well, he doesn't really have to impress me. I'm used to the cold weather, being a New Jersey girl as I am. And he's been playing great. He's on special teams, and I've been watching him, and he's been doing great.
Awesome. I hear that you have a brother, the backup quarterback for the Denver Broncos. Is it Chris Simms?
Yep, Chris Simms is my brother. He's at Denver, and he's very happy, and he's on a winning team.
We've been doing a lot of games and, a lot of fun at the UFL. What do you think about the UFL? You think it's something real fun? It's nice? You like it?
Yes, I love it. And I don't think it's getting as much publicity as it should be because it's very fun and there's a lot of NFL people on the team and everyone that's qualified to be in the NFL, and they're great.
56 Mike. That's good. We appreciate that. Well, I tell you what, your boyfriend looked like he's playing pretty well. And I know you didn't think I saw you up here, so the Tweety Bird told me to come up and talk to you. So we appreciate your time, okay?
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Cordell. Thank you, Deidre. 27-10 Las Vegas at Sideline Report. Brought to you by AOL Fan House. For more information, inside information on the UFL, go to fanhouse.com.
He's giving me ribs, though. Okay, I want to go fin right. No, fin left. Alert 34. Hey, what do you got here, personnel?
Fin left.
Alert 34, so it's a... Oh, okay, 34 is a run up to the right side. It's just going to be a basic run. You're going to get motion across the formation. If the alert is if the corner was deep, he'd throw it to the receiver.
Ship. Leon Williams. Leon Williams has made a lot of tackles tonight.
You put these alerts on run plays. When you call a straight run play, well, here's a good look at Williams stepping up in there to make the play. You put an alert on runs in case the corners are bailing out of there and real soft. You can just up and give the ball to the receiver, and that's what the alert part of the play is.
4 tackles tonight by Leon. Outstanding performer. The University of Miami. Signed October 25th. He made 11 tackles in his first game. But all Las Vegas tonight inside 10 minutes to go. Osman in the flat. That's going to be a touchdown. Got it to Josh Scobie. And Scobie with the TD to run the score to 33-10.
Scobie does a great job just coming out and breaking off his route and getting the ball and getting in the end zone. He ran a route similar a few plays ago where he just turned the linebacker around, but here he comes right to you. out to the right of the screen, breaking to the outside. Just a nice relaxed throw, easy, he's wide open. But before he turned, I think it was Wallace. He turned around, just turned him around on the conversion a few plays ago.
So Gano for the point after. What a night for the Las Vegas Locos. Point after is good. Completes it. Touchdown drive, 10 plays, 62 yards, and 412. That extra point brought to you by StubHub. StubHub, where fans buy and sell tickets. Scobie with his first receiving touchdown of 09 at Las Vegas has broken it wide open.
You're going to play hard, man. And I know you
A lot of productivity by the Las Vegas offense. 34-10. They complete a 10-play, 62-yard drive in 4 minutes and 12 seconds. And let's listen in to Jim Fossil.
Hey, Sco, way to go, baby. You know what? Come here. I'll tell you this now.
There you go, Sco.
What kind of game you having? A great game, aren't you? Okay, that's because you got your attitude right. All right? Remember I talked to you about that? You're going to get your chance. Nice job, man. Nice job.
He's really done a phenomenal job today, running the football, catching the ball out of the backfield, especially a day when D.D. Dorsey is sitting out and resting a sore foot. The job he's done today, phenomenal.
And I like the way he exploded to a pylon, too. It's great work. Darren Clark from the 5. Clark to the 16-yard line. Where you can hear they're fired up on the Las Vegas side, and everybody is loose and getting after it. Now you got it. The New York team's really, with 9:02 to go, down 24. They had a lot of work to do.
You know what? You come out and you ignore the scoreboard and you put a drive together. You go back to what you were doing earlier, move the chains, get first downs. It's just a little pride here, move the football down the field. I don't care how long it takes. This just shows we've got some pride.
Bad starting position, 17-yard line. Screen. And they go to Woods. Woods showing a nice burst. Teddy Lehman runs him down at about the 46-yard line. Nice gain. That's a 30-yard pickup. Longest play tonight by the New York Sentinels.
Great job, because the Vegas team's pinning their ears back and coming towards the passer. Martin dumps it down. Great play call to start this drive by West Chandler.
They got to run plays and be productive. Martin. That is a catch by Cortez Hankton. Now they wipe it off.
They have got to run a double move out there on the corner.
It's been there
and run
since
by them.
mid-first quarter.
Yeah. I mean, that play, that was just asking to be picked off there.
Martin on the night, 15 of 22 for 118 and a touchdown.
Hey, fire for the mic.
Ryan Hogue, Gustavus Adolphus, senior year is Mr. Irrelevant in the NFL draft. The last man pegged, and look out. Oh, man, it lit up his own teammate. Friendly fire there. Tony Parrish. Boy, did he put a lick on Trufant. Goodness.
Parrish will hit anything in sight. He's just looking for a collision. This is a bad decision, one of the first bad decisions by Martin, to go inside into a lurk safety or a robber. He goes to put the shoulder down, and he hits his own man, Trufant.
Luckily, Tony was breaking down a little bit, but he still delivered a pretty significant blow to Trufant.
Well, he's hard as a rock. You've seen him. He's ripped up.
And we've seen that before. Right again.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm sorry, I had to acknowledge that one. It's amazing. I'll tell you what, I got 5,000 guys calling me a day, take the crook, and say they know how to stay on side, all right? That can just stand there and not jump off side. Snap count. Snap count.
We saw it. It's about the third time today. We saw a couple last week as well. And it's amazing to see wideouts do that. Martin running, staying alive, and gets to midfield, picks up 8 on the play.
No, he didn't do shit.
Martin, they talked about big plus for him, his ability to move around. It's a fourth down play right here, and it's completed. Completed to Steve Sanders. That's a gain of 15. First down, New York. Fourth catch for Sanders tonight.
Nice job by Martin, giving ground and holding on and just anticipating the throw and getting it out there. Sanders made a beautiful play.
7:37 and counting. Pump and throw over the middle. And taking that quickly is Tofield, a 4-yard gain. Adrian Owasa on the tackle. Draw to Tofield. Well, he did well in the second effort to pick up that extra couple of yards, 4 yards on the game.
Well, you got to slip something like a draw in there once in a while to try to keep them honest, because Vegas is pinning their ears back and putting pressure on the quarterback. And they've got a strong defensive line. They can get to you.
Third down and 2 at the 26. Throw it behind. Intercepted! Intercepted! And this very well might be a touchdown. The last man is the quarterback, Engel Martin. Taking it all the way home is Trey Young. Touchdown, Las Vegas. 75 yards on a return.
Ball just on the back shoulder. Can't make the catch, deflected. Winds up 6 the other way.
Second interception by Trey Young this season. First for touchdown. Tried to get it in to the tight end, threw it behind Hopkins. And next thing you know, he's scoring.
Hopkins couldn't get his hips around. He's reaching back with the hand to try to make play. It was just a poor throw on his back shoulder, thrown behind. Great reaction by Young to take it the other way. It was surprising that he came up with the interception because the reaction time was very quick coming off the hand of the receiver.
Extra point, Gano. And now a full-fledged route here on Long Island. Nice effort and a fine performance by Trey Young. Everything going Las Vegas's way. It stayed up in the air. That spin, that led him to a pick six, 41-10, Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody.
My mom, my dad, everybody back home. That's what we do. I does it for keeps.
Trey Young out of Montana, his second pick of the year, first pick six of the year. It's our call of the night, call of the game, brought to you by Motorola. Darren Clark, yet another return. Boy, the hitting has been ferocious on these kick coverages. Checking in the call of the game, brought to you by Motorola.
I want to go 72 Y read takeoff. I want you to check the hole, okay? If not, get through that progression. And I want the Z backside, or the W backside, to win getting across.
That was a touchdown to Bergen. Made it 24-7 with 50 seconds to go in the second quarter. Engel Martin thrown deep and dropped by Sanders. That's a good ball he threw there.
Yeah, he did. He stepped right into that throw, the deep in cut, probably an 18 to 20 yard in route. Threw it on the money. You got to come up with that ball.
Second drop by Sanders tonight.
No, he isn't.
41 points tonight, a UFL record.
Well, you go back to Trey Young's interception. He had an interception last week on a wheel route versus the Florida team that was huge in the game. Bollinger does not throw many interceptions. He made a great play on that ball. He made a great play tonight.
Previous highest scoring game was Florida putting up 35 against New York back on October 10th, and that was almost intercepted. Ryan Hogue, the intended receiver.
I see y'all left side. Hey, huddle up.
Ronnie Palmer got his hands on it.
Huddle up.
Palmer fell off the underneath. He was covering the back and fell back off it and got a hand on that ball.
6:14 to go.
So it's a little different ball game now for Martin. He's dropping back on every play and throwing the ball. He's trying to go up the field. So the pass rush is going to get tougher and the coverage is going to be tighter.
Flushed. Running out of room, and boy, good closing speed. That is good work by Gabe Long out of Utah, number 99. That's an 8-yard loss. Boy, that young man was moving it. That's a 6'3", 290.
Just everybody, the entire push, the entire defensive line is pushing through there. He's got nowhere to go with the football. Sape was in there. He's making the play. There was nowhere to go with the ball downfield either. Trufant knocked his receiver, Hankston, out of bounds. So he had no luck on that one.
Scott Blair's been a busy man. Nice looking punt. Gets it out of bounds. See where they mark it out of bounds.
Bichetti's going to be returning punts. So he caught that punt very, very nonchalant on the sideline there for a defensive lineman.
That punt went out of bounds at the 46-yard line. So Las Vegas with a 41-10 lead has a short field to work on. And we're going to see the backup quarterback, Tim Rattay, when we come back. 41-10 Las Vegas. New York made it close at 24-14. But Gano hit a field goal late in the third. Losman hit Scobie, and then Trey Young a pick 6 for 75 yards. He's been blown wide open. Tim Rattay, first possession, guard trips him up. Tim out of Louisiana Tech, 32 years old.
Always hated this. Coming into the game, at the end of the ball game, to hand the ball off for 5 or 10, 2 series. Tim's a quarterback. I mean, you want to, if you're going to go in, let me run the offense and throw the ball a little bit. Oh, here you go. He's throwing a football. JP had a great night.
That he did. 27-37, 2 touchdowns. They've been with 49ers. Got rid of it. Fumble. And they're going to say incomplete. It's in and out of the hands of Tab Perry. Get more of the UFL by becoming a fan on Facebook. Facebook.com and search UFL.
10, full right, pass 82, double seam hinge.
Come back here. I want to be associated with that.
It's the most verbiage you've had in an offense.
Tiff, the queen left slot close, hack 4, 7-6-0, halfback screen right.
What team was that? That's a lot.
That was out in San Diego.
That's a lot.
That was one play, and then you usually call second play off of that for an alert.
Got a man down there, Hernandez, in and out of his hands. Boy, he fit that in nicely. Tony Tiller on the coverage. 8th possession for Las Vegas. First 3 and out. The last 6 possessions were scores for the Locos.
Yeah, and that's
nice throw.
That's with your backups in the lineup there. You got a seam route with press coverage going out there. The tight ball was put in a great spot. He should have had 2 completions. He should have had 2. Well, it was a tough catch, but he put the ball in the chest. 2 receivers.
First punt tonight by Las Vegas. That punt by Denny Bauer. Done a lot of kicking off. Let's check in with Cordell Stewart.
I'm standing here with Saul Moglen, a guy who knows Coach Fossil. Can you tell us your story and how do you know Coach Fossil and how you guys got involved with each other?
I'm the founder of the Brooklyn Wall of Remembrance. Brooklyn Wall of Remembrance that honored all the 416 first responders that died at the World Trade Center. And Coach Fossil came on board several years ago in helping us finish and complete the memorial with such wonderful guys like Gary Sinise and John Boyd. But Coach Fossil has been a major supporter. And yesterday he came in special to pay tribute to the guys that were lost at Ground Zero. He brought some of the players, and they were in awe of seeing each one's face is laser engraved in granite. So when you come and you see the wall, you actually see who they were, including Father Michael Judge. It's something very special. Not only do we honor 343 firemen, But we honored all the FBI, Secret Service, court officers, police officers, and even a dog. And everyone has been honored. Today we have 416 first responders in Coney Island at the outside wall of Keyspan Park. And I'm very proud to say that it was done with no city, state, or federal money. All great American people like Coach Fossil, who believed in what we were doing and came up so big for us. And with his help, we finished the job. God bless him.
So how does it make you feel to have someone just to come and be a part of that, to help you guys reach your goals and try to get things accomplished, to help those who need it, really?
Well, first responders is so important. That day in the building, there was 28,000 people. Because of their effort, they saved 25,000. Unfortunately, 416 went down with the rest of the Cantor Fitzgeralds and the other people in the building. But these guys ran into the burning building when they were chasing people out, and they stayed until hopefully they were going to get everybody out, but it didn't happen. It went down. So we should never forget them. 8 years went by. Unfortunately, the city only has a hole in the ground. But come to Brooklyn and you'll see a wonderful tribute. And it's not a place to mourn them. It's a place where the Monsignor says we celebrate them. And that's what we do. We celebrate them. And the coach came to celebrate them yesterday. God bless him.
Thank you, Saul. Unbelievable story, guys. Back to you.
Yes, it is. Cordell, thank you. Thank you, Saul. A lot of great people are honored in that memorial, Keyspan Park in Brooklyn. Certainly that topic. When he compared to football, nice diversion, but that was real life. And I remember being in New York when that happened, September 11, 2001. Jim Fossil, we congratulate him for his efforts, along with those two award-winning actors and so many other people involved with that project. Second down at 10. Goes to his tight end, Charles Davis. Loose ball. It's like, let's see who's got it. A major scrum there at the 38-yard line. And here's the umpire say New York ball, black ball. Recovered by Jasper Harvey, the center.
You had him down.
Is that why they called it a pigskin? It's like sliding around like a free.
Yeah,
How
really.
long did it take them to recover that ball? Did you see the left-handed pass by Martin?
That was impressive.
And he hit his guy right in the chest.
Running sideline. I think Thorpe was surprised the ball got there. Deep sideline ball. Going for Hankton too far.
Incomplete. Intended.
Wale Dada on the coverage. Time with the Cutter's gloves. Catch of the game. It wasn't an offensive play. It was a defensive play. Here is Sanders' touchdown.
That was a huge play at the time to get New York back in the ball game on a fourth down call, running what they call razor with a little scrape there and up over their outside shoulder.
Angle Martin, loose ball. Recovered. Jasper Harvey, I believe, got it again, number 63, the center. Second fumble recovery in this sequence.
We're going to have to do a fumble recovery drill with our guys, Coach. They cannot get on the ball.
And he's a lot worse for wear, too.
He's touched the ball twice on 2 plays in a row.
It's a lot more than what he signed up for. Trying to deep ball again, incomplete. Dada covering against Steve Sanders.
Yeah, at this point in the game, you're getting a pass rush in your face. They know you're dropping back and throwing. The coverage is going to be tight. If nothing else, soft and deep, because you're trying to throw the ball down the field. It's just an impossible situation for Martin.
6 punt coming up for Scott Player. Just under 40 per punt. He did get a piece of it. So reaching in, take a look. It was Joe Porter out of Rutgers, number 20, who reached in and gets a piece of this punt here by Player.
But a Vegas defender, I couldn't quite tell who it was. I think it was a defensive lineman. As the ball lands and comes down the field, reached for the ball. But I don't believe he touched it.
He did not, yeah.
But boy, he was close. And so the New York players react as though it gets touched. right there. He started to reach and ducked under.
Nice play to get out of the way. The tight end, Jake Norton. Knowing the rules.
It was a
rules.
was a natural reaction for him when the ball bounced toward to start to reach for it, and he ducked under with his left shoulder.
What? He knows the rules. That worked out really well. The block by Joe Porter, defensive back. 2:24 to go here in the fourth.
That's all good, man.
Giving the fullback, E.J. Barthel. Carry picks up 2.
E.J. Barthel on the carry.
Las Vegas Locos and the New York Sentinels coaching staffs are outfitted by Nat Nast. Nat Nast, every man, has a story to tell.
Going to get him out of there, Dondo. Look at his shoulder. It's coming out.
Jim Foss's ball club never really challenged here tonight. Got a 17-0 lead.
2 minutes.
And it has been the Locos all the way since then. 41-10, Las Vegas. 2-minute warning. Ship gets the call. He's in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Ship straight up the gut. Touchdown. Quick look. Fade. Wide open. Got it. Touchdown. There's the double move. He's wide open. Caught. Touchdown. Throw it behind. Intercepted. Intercepted. And this very well might be a touchdown. The last man is the quarterback, Engel Martin. Back to live action here as Barthel, the fullback, gets a chance to run out some clock here.
That's what I'm talking about, son. Your run, son.
Tackle made by Leon Williams.
Tonight's UFL game is presented by Motorola. Introducing the Motorola
like
Click with Moto Blur. First phone with social skills, available exclusively at T-Mobile. A long night. Reflected in the faces of the Sentinels of New York.
It's just tough when you're busting your tail and trying the best you can, but then the mistakes, the things like jumping offside, and the dumb penalties and mental mistakes that you make, there's no excuse for those.
Barthel pays a big price on that one. Las Vegas tonight, 8 possessions, 2 punts, 2 field goals, and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, they were polished from the get-go, and JP looked great throwing a football. He had time, was going through progressions, a lot of zone coverage early on. He was just nickel and diming, getting his completions, walking the ball down the field. And then power football-wise, they just ran the ball down their throat whenever they wanted. Ship got the first couple of touchdowns, but the key was that JP got comfortable early.
Throw the ball over that big dude.
Papaya, tree long.
So 2 sacks for New York. 5 against Larry McDuff's crew. His defensive unit. Really didn't get tested too much tonight.
Penetration, or I didn't see.
29 seconds to go in this one.
A lot of pushback.
Take a look at the updated standings.
Sure this is safe?
Falcon 11.
Yeah.
We're giving them the win already?
And
29 seconds left. Come on, boss.
Las Vegas and California on Saturday, November 14th. Las Vegas is at California at San Jose State.
Huge game there.
That's a very big game
for both teams.
Las Vegas won that first game, and it gives them the edge in the tiebreaker. That was the first game we did. 30-17 in the opener.
So basically, if Vegas wins that game, they're in.
Called a timeout. 29 seconds. I don't remember ever seeing that down on the short end. 41-10. Long night for Ted Kittrell and company. Time for the StubHub fan favorite play of the game. And Ship with the touchdown. Couple tonight. Good hard running this evening. Good work by the offensive lines. To help choose the StubHub fan favorite play of the year, visit UFL-football.com, then go to StubHub.com to choose the seats you want for the games you love. StubHub, fans buy and sell tickets. As a return, Brian Bonner.
Brian Bonner on the return.
That leaves 16 seconds left on the clock. 36 yards on the punt, 6 yards for the return. Good night all the way around for Las Vegas.
Just top to bottom, good defensive ball game, physical in the offensive line, running the football. Great job by Marcel Ship running the ball, and Scobie out of the backfield. Lossman having a big day throwing the football. It just, everything all around comes together. And you know, Jim Fossil talking about Lossman, he has to continue to improve on the little things. Really just one sack tonight. I don't call the naked bootleg a sack. So a nice job of getting the ball out, going through progressions and reading, being accurate with the football tonight.
Martin completes it to Thorpe. And he gets it to the 29-yard line.
They still want to hit somebody.
With a
5 seconds left on the clock.
That was Jamel Smith on the catch. And that will do it. That's your ball game here at Hofstra University at Hempstead, Long Island. A resounding win by Las Vegas, 41-10, a no doubt about it. As Las Vegas goes to 2-2, the New York Sentinels drop to 0-4. Back to put a wrap on this right after this. The United Football League on Versus is presented by Quick Hits, change the game, by Control Dynamics, by Custom Bite, the only off-the-shelf custom mouth guard, and by GetUFL.com. It's all about you. Bright Lights of Manhattan, not too far from here in Hempstead, Long Island. 41-10, Las Vegas. Vegas on 8 possessions, 2 punts, 2 field goals, 4 touchdowns. At what point they did score on 6 consecutive possessions. Amazing. 41-10 is the final score. J.P. Lossman had a good night. 27-37, 277, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, it was a night where he was just on fire from the get-go. The entire team played well, had protection up front, receivers making plays for him.
That they did. Las Vegas outgained New York 321-240. Final score from here in Long Island. Las Vegas 41, New York 10. Join us next Thursday night, November 12th, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific, as the Florida Tuskers face the New York Sentinels from East Hartford, Connecticut. That's next Thursday night at 7, right here on Versus. With Doug Flutie, Anita Martins, Cordell Stewart, and our entire crew. I'm Dave Sims. We say so long from Hempstead, Long Island. You've been watching the premier season of the UFL on Versus.